Goodbyes.
What? I didn't say that.
What do you mean goodbyes? Hold on.
Our goodbyes to Ras. Well, he's
Listen.
in the bar.
Should I put add base class proficiencies in equipment, add multi-class, or do not add proficiencies or equipment?
It looks like you were online for a split second.
Yeah, you're offline, Ty.
You sure?
Yeah, it says check out this Dungeons and Dragons stream from 18 seconds ago.
No, now it says online. Okay, now it's online.
I'm just gonna try and refresh it. Oh, there we go. It just
Yeah,
popped in the
I was
corner.
going to say, sorry, Pablo, can you ask me that again?
It's asking me to re-import all my shit. I think I'm just gonna skip doing this for now.
Okay.
So you guys don't get healing because it kind of sucks, but it feels like it would take forever to set up. I should have done this earlier. I'm sorry. So maybe next session.
No worries. If you guys could please make sure you have Twitch open, if you don't already, and throw the link out to a couple of places, I would appreciate it.
Already done.
Sure. Do you have the link somewhere accessible here?
Yeah, if you go in the Grit and Glory channel, there should be a streams one. You should be able to find it there.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yep. Good plan.
I'm gonna send Daniel city.
Going in just a second. We'll see if all this prep work was of any use at all.
Oh, hopefully. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I can see chat and stuff easier that way instead of having it on my computer and bogging down my computer.
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 Okay, let me know when you've done that, and I will get you to do our recap.
Okay, yeah, I've got that ready. So I've posted it on a couple other channels as well. Let me mute this. All right, so my session 2 recap. It's also in the journal tab if you guys have not seen. So this is once again from Raz's perspective. This is starting from right after we got jumped by the zombies and whatnot. So Jalil finally caught up with us, and at a time that we really needed him to show up, thank the gods. I got badly injured during the fight. This quest is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be because I got bit in the neck and whatnot. We met Brahm, a person who lives in Zarvon, apparently. We're going to work with him to get into the city. For now, we will rest and plan. I told them some of the problems I have with the Red Bears. Zarvon is going to be even harder now. I have that typed in wrong. We formed a plan, scouted, and then stealthily made our way through the undead-infested lower part of the city towards the higher part of the city where people live. Nezrin, an important boss of the Red Bears, is apparently holding a meeting for us, and we're late. Eskil, this is one of the guys that was at the gate when we were coming in. A large human, he's part of the Red Bears, was telling us all this, and we are meeting at the Old Owl Bar. This is going to be a long day. And then slowly as we're getting into it and dealing more with the Red Bears, I had the feeling that my allies are going to cause some of this to get worse before it gets better. Who knows? As we're walking through the city, Raz remarked that Zarvon is rather beautiful. He's kind of surprised by that. It is interesting to see how different the upper and lower districts are, but then again, why should I be surprised? Then working on a deal with Nezrin to find out about these disappearances to possibly pay back what I owe. 9 people have gone missing so far, and those we have more details from there that Grim took down. Raz wasn't really paying too much attention to that. We plan on staying at the inn with the trade district. That has since changed because we're actually going to stay with Brahm. And then there was also Tan Marie, who is a member of the Arcane Court, also here in Zarvon. I think she was working with the Red Bears, if I had that correct.
Can you repeat that name, sorry?
Tan Marie. Tana Marie.
She is working with.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot of new mods on this factory.
And so where we are now, I believe we were heading back to Brahm's house, probably to talk about some things. So we've now found out Raz didn't tell everybody about some important details. And then start our investigation into the multiple parts that is these disappearances, but also some other things that we've noticed going on in Zarvon.
Absolutely, that was a pretty good recap. Thank you for that. Is there anything that anybody would like to add before we continue? No, we good.
There was that crazy lady. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, I did not. That would have been during when Raz was remarking how the city was, because he didn't look at her, so he doesn't know. He does remember Grim mentioning a person, so I could probably say that. There's also the crazy lady at the Owl Bar who had some strange goings on.
What happened to the screen?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Wait, where did I write that? I'm missing notes for my thing. That's weird. I had one of my notes too where I had heard a voice that said they're not going to like you, but I don't see where that went. Oh no.
Oh yeah, the voice.
Because I've heard a voice, but we don't. Kane has heard a voice, and so's Jalil, but we have not talked about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think when did I hear the voice? This is the second session or first session? First session.
End of the first session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, thank you for the recap. Always good to know what you think's going on.
I don't like how you said that.
No, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of things we don't know.
Yeah, so like I said, we're now heading back to Brahm's house, assuming to talk about things and make a plan of what we're doing next.
Okay. So you've just had your meeting with Nezrin. Brom has offered you a place to stay, and he, in his usual sort of nervous, anxious fashion, leads you out of the old owl bar. The dwarves that were keeping watch, making sure that there was no trouble, that were sitting around the entrance playing cards and such, just give you a nod and a wave as you all exit the bar. And you find yourself back out. I'm going to start the clock. Back out on the steps overlooking this icy ocean in front of you, the cold air immediately hitting you and filling your lungs as you feel the crispness. You begin walking up the stairs and heading back into the large open courtyard that is leads up to the gates of the fort, the palace that you've heard a little bit about, with a small center piece of a large tree. Is there anything you are looking out for here, or are you wanting to just continue forward to Brom's house? He is leading the way across the courtyard.
Is this the place where we saw that same lady give us a stare?
It is. She was watching you intently. Yes.
Okay, is she still there?
She is still there. Yeah. She hasn't moved. She is standing in the same spot. She doesn't seem to notice you or be staring at you as you appear from the steps. You can see that she is just essentially people watching. Anybody that is passing by, she is watching closely.
But it's cold outside, right? It's really cold outside.
It is very cold, yeah.
And she's
Yeah, exactly. She's underdressed last I said.
Yeah, she's wearing a long dress. It does cover up most, it's a long sleeve, goes right up to the neck, covers her entirely, but is definitely not warm enough for the weather outside.
I'll actually walk up to her.
She, as you approach, she just looks up at you, big smile beaming across her face as you approach.
Are you cold? Are you okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm got warm clothes on. But you just sitting here, you're gonna get sick.
No, I think I'll be okay. I'm fine now.
I'm kind of curious. I'm just gonna see if she's actually cold. Just reach out my hand, like to say hello. Say, hi, my name is Grim, and just take her hand to check if she's cold.
Hi. She reaches out. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm always looking for new friends. Your hands are definitely colder than hers.
Oh, she's warmer than me.
She isn't like boiling hot. She's just a pleasant temperature. Yeah.
Interesting. Fuck. may I ask why you're out here with so little clothing on in this cold day?
I enjoy watching the people.
Does she remind me of that girl in the bar? at
Oh yeah,
all?
they look
Just
very
like-
similar.
Do you have like a sister maybe about your same age, maybe?
I have two sisters, but one is much older and one is much younger.
So would I know if the age there, like the one at the bar, age difference?
That didn't to your eyes. I mean, they are human, and there really didn't seem to be much of an age gap. Like if it was an elf or something, you would much longer lives, longer span. But there didn't seem to be much age gap at all between them.
I met a lady at the bar that I don't remember the name of, like, and I pointed
Old Owl
in their
Bar.
direction. And she looks very much like you, like you could practically be twins.
Yeah, she's one of my sisters.
Oh, you look the same age.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, she's older than you? Or younger?
She's younger.
Is she okay though?
She's fine right now.
I was talking to her and she didn't make much sense. She warned me about a frost breath, I'm guessing dragon. I was like, okay.
There's no dragon here.
She said so.
She,
That's
she
why I was
looks
kind of
around.
concerned.
Nope, definitely no dragon.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. If you, I'll see you. See you. Have a nice day.
I won't see you when you're gone.
But if I come back,
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
okay.
On that bridge when we get there.
I go up to the guys. She's almost. She's not as crazy as her sister inside the bar, but she makes my skin crawl.
You definitely have a certain type.
I was about to say, like Grim, are you saying that you like her or what?
No, she's creepy as fuck.
Did you ask her why she was staring at us very intently last
She
night?
just liked watching people.
I see.
Like
It's a pretty good
sitting there.
pastime.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I usually like to sit down and just watch people.
But I'll definitely.
In Raz earlier, that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah, hilarious. That's the word I would choose.
But I will say though, she's definitely not a normal human. That I can say by certainty. She was warm, sitting outside in this cold weather. Even if you're hot-blooded, you would not be that warm in this weather.
Okay.
So,
Maybe she's got a fever.
yeah,
Maybe she's got the Black Death. Now you've got it. We've got to burn him.
Magic. I think you're more
Let's
magic.
burn him. I'm joking. All right.
I know.
Shall we move on before
Yes.
you get another horn dog moment? And think you need to go
I would
yeah.
appreciate that. It's very, very cold out here.
Who said that?
Brom,
Brom,
who is
I believe.
Oh,
he
Brom.
is still not really adequately dressed for this cold weather.
Oh yeah, yeah. He has his,
Yeah,
his normal clothes on.
lead the way.
I mean,
Bob. You know
yeah.
that weird lady who's hot-blooded.
Everybody sees her and her sisters around town, but they're always here. I mean, they don't really do anything.
I mean, is her sister always crazy? Like all the stuff she said in that bar?
I mean, I wouldn't want to call somebody crazy, but yes,
All right.
Not normal.
He says that stuff then.
yes, yeah, crazy.
I'm happy calling people crazy when they're crazy. That's fine.
Her other sisters are much the same too.
All right. Okay.
But
Right, noted.
they are very nice. Occasionally they'll give you gifts.
Where do they get this money from? Where do they get? If they don't do anything, how do they support themselves?
I have no idea. This, nobody knows. Plenty
I mean-
of people have taken guesses, but we don't know.
Wait. You say there's.
You know what?
three-
I'm kind of okay not knowing how they get their money. I feel like we already got our noses in a little too many dishes right now.
I get like
I
a
mean-
gin feeling from them. Like they're so. Yeah.
Carl,
They
what was it
smelt
that you
like
said?
They drank gin, or
No, genie. Like they're chaotic and sporadic and.
I doubt I know anything about that, so I'm not going to comment.
Brom, it's cold. Should we go to your house?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
I figured we were walking and talking at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, definitely.
So
I doesn't just want to sit around and discuss.
you continue your walk, and as you begin to sort of exit the square that you're in and make your way back into the narrower streets, you look back and the girl with red hair waves at you all as you walk out.
Way back.
She
friendly
just
as
smiles. She
best,
seems
man.
very pleased.
tip my imaginary hat at her. Even though I'm
You
not-
could just press the digitation of a fedora if you need a tip
I
it,
could,
man.
but I'm gonna just be as weird to her just by tipping her invisible hat.
She
fair.
continues to wave, and as you exit, she turns back and continues people watching.
Whilst
It only
we're
takes a
walking-
few minutes to make your way to Brom's house. You see, all of the houses here are really nicely built and nicely repaired, nicely finished and painted. It really is a place where, when it was first built, must have had some very nice wealth to it. You're walking for about 5 minutes, and Brom says, "It's just around the corner here." As he's rounding the corner himself, and as he rounds the corner, he just stops and stares ahead.
Brom, what's
You
going
okay?
on?
Do we see anything ahead?
As you follow his eye line, it's only a few feet. All of you could see this. There is one house that doesn't look quite as well kept. It's still very nice, but it's not quite as well kept. He's staring directly at it, and you see that one of the front windows has been smashed in.
Is that your house?
Yeah.
Stay out. Let's stay outside. Let's get in and see if there's burglars or something.
I take it you didn't smash the window.
No, I didn't smash. Here, have the key, and he just like reaches into. No, he doesn't have a key. He's got nothing. Okay, don't worry about it.
Take it.
He reaches into his
all right.
pants that weren't
Here.
originally his.
Don't worry. Keys will
Weird, my
not be a
stuff's out here.
problem.
Yeah, there's a broken window there. I think we can get in.
You see that he
I
does
mean-
like reach for a key like in a pocket that's not there as just like habit, and then goes, okay,
Oh, right.
I'll wait here.
Right. Can I approach it cautiously and stealthily?
Yeah, I would like to do stealth too.
Okay, go ahead, both of you roll me stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang back.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
a 23.
Jalil, are you heading towards the house, or are you staying back with Raz and Brom?
I'll ask Brom.
Oh, nice.
Do you have any enemies, Brom?
No, I don't think so.
I wonder if it's at all connected with what happened. Him being in the woods and stuff.
I'm just.
I'll approach the house as well then. Can you want to roll stealth? Yeah, I'll do that.
Just say
Go
to
ahead and
Grim,
roll stealth for me as well. Yeah.
Grim, with your good eyesight, can you see anything inside?
Can I see anything inside?
It's dark. There are obviously some like curtains / blinds that are flapping in the breeze as the air can obviously now get through the window. So it obscures it a little bit, and it is pretty dark inside.
Doesn't matter for me. I got devil's sight.
You see through, from what you can see, it seems to be empty. Not just of, as in there's nobody in there, but also there doesn't seem to be much furniture in there. It's very bare.
I don't see anything.
I will reach out my hand, and my invisible mage hand will sort of like, you'll see almost like a glove leaving my hand and then disappear straight away. And I'll just go up, and from a distance I'll try the door. Is it locked?
It is.
Then my hand will come back, and I'll just let it pick out my lockpicks from my hand, and I'll just go up there and I'll attempt to pick the lock at distance.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go back with Raz, and I'll send. I keep forgetting his name. Scar inside the window.
You forget your...
Forget your own bird's name.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Honestly, I'd never forget Mr. Hootie.
You should forget Mr. Hootie.
And
Okay.
I'll see through Scar's eyes.
Okay. Carl, is there a way you could turn your microphone up a bit? I have you at max volume, but I'm still struggling to hear you.
Let me see if I can in the settings.
I hear him pretty well.
Not sure why. Just in comparison to the rest of you, it's quite quiet.
Yeah, it's at 100% for me.
I have him at 200.
Fan said he wanted to smash the door in, by the way.
Testing. How does this sound? Testing.
Oh, you're back. Hello.
Man, what happened?
We ended up not going out, so
Are you joining
Oh
us?
shit!
Good for us. Not so good for you, I guess. Not good for us.
no, it's
Does this
Is
sound
what it
any
is.
better or not?
Yeah, I think you sound fine to me.
That's a
Yeah,
little
that's
better,
fine.
yeah. That'll be. It was you were only like slightly quiet.
Okay, I'll move the mic closer to my face as well. See if that helps. But yeah, I'll attempt to pick the lock with my mage hand.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me thieves' tools. Sorry, I'm trying to sort the cameras out.
Fan has the DM place on the screen.
Oh,
Basically,
Oh, yeah.
a sleight of hand check. Yeah.
Yep, slide your hand.
banded a sleight of hand for his video, and he's the DM now. Look at me, I'm the DM now.
What happened so far is we talked to the lady outside who was staring at us. She was the sister of the crazy lady inside, apparently. And then we went to Brahm's house, and Brahm saw his window broken in. We're investigating
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I have the details. Yeah.
will say
Well,
that-
she
I
also
will say-
that same lady has another sister, so there's 3 sisters. What else? Grim said that she was
weird.
warm, and we think something's off with that. The houses are nice, and then we get to Brahm's house, and there's a broken window.
Okay.
He doesn't remember, and he doesn't have his keys, obviously, because he doesn't have
yeah, close.
well, his normal clothes.
Yeah.
Well, he's got
I will-
clothes now, but not
Yeah.
his clothes.
I understand. So, I will say that if the lock
Okay.
can't be successfully picked, Kane's just gonna fucking kick that door in.
The window's broken.
Let's have a look. So 15?
Yes, 15.
Okay. Sorry, just had to sort the cameras, but we're good again now. We are sorted. Okay, so it does take you a bit of work. You've obviously you're using your mage hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is obviously something you've done before, so it is something you're used to. But these locks are good quality. You can tell that from the district you're in, the security around here would have been tight, but it's outdated. So for you, it takes you about a minute, but you manage to get that satisfying click as you hear the tumbler open.
Okay. Then I'll use the mage hand to creak open the door as well.
You push it open, and there is nothing but dust and silence from inside.
I'm gonna creep forward.
Okay. And Chill, you said you were sending your bird in?
through the broken window.
So I would say Milo and Grim through your bird see this at roughly the same time. As you enter the house, it seems pretty bare, almost unlived in. It's got just the sort of bare necessities of what you would need to really inhabit a place. As you enter into the hallway, Milo, you see that there are stairs leading up, and there's a corridor round to the what you presume would be the kitchen from the large table that you can see in the background. On the right is the room in which the window has been broken, and you see in this room is a fireplace at one end. There's a little table, but that's pretty much all that's in that room. There's maybe 1 or 2 chairs like tucked right up at the side. Broken glass litters the floor, and the two of you at the same time see that on one of the walls, out of the way of the view of the window, there is writing all over the wall. in a sort of blue chalk.
Is it in common?
It is not. Let me double check what language it's in.
As you're looking that up, Raz looks over. He's like, "Did you guys find anything yet?"
Record answer.
A bunch of graffiti. I'll just shout out from inside the house.
I can't answer because I'm.
It's safe to come in, guys.
From
Right, so
I'll turn
Hey.
towards Brom and say, "Did you have any valuables in there?"
my tools. That's about it.
Were they downstairs or upstairs?
Downstairs. I use the sort of dining room to set myself up a workshop.
Kane
Makes
will, as this conversation's gone on, he will just simply give Raz the dead stare and then walk into the house to reconvene with the rest of you.
I'll drop the bird's view and go in.
I'll just stand there.
Yes.
Can anyone read this?
As they walk in, I look to Brahma. I'm like, you can just wait out here for now, just in case. And then walks up with everybody else.
Please be quick.
Yeah. We got a plan. And I give a thumbs up and walk in. Walking away and thinking to myself, I don't have a plan.
Scar pushes on Brom's shoulder while we go in, so he can just tell me if something happened.
Okay. I'm just gonna double check. That's what I need. I'm pretty sure that none of you can read what is on the wall. You see,
What language?
it is in Dwarvish runes. You recognize the symbols, but it doesn't make any sense. It's not Dwarvish.
Okay, yeah, I only speak Common, Elvish, Halfling. I don't speak Dwarvish.
Hang on a minute. I might have something for that.
Okay.
Combat tracker, chat walk. Okay, these symbols are different.
Yeah, it's done an update.
Where do I access my character sheet at?
You can just press C and it will
The
come up.
second button. No, third button.
Third button, yeah.
Okay, awesome, thank you. I wanted to check. No, I can't, never mind. It was an idea.
I go outside and ask Brom, would you mind, just follow me? There's writing here, and none of us can read it.
I've started taking it down in my spellbook, like a page after where I took down the ritual. Or the arcane circle, whatever we saw. Not arcane, druidic circle that we saw.
Okay. The symbols don't seem to match that from the druidic circle, if that's what you're asking.
No. I'm just taking notes.
Okay, cool.
I'm writing it down so in case we clear it off or something, we can show people later. Or if
Understood.
it disappears mysteriously or magically, even.
Okay, it seems to just be chalk. There doesn't seem to be anything magical about the markings on the wall here. You can jot them down just as they are. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all. Brom steps in at your request, Grim, and looks at them. What does it say?
None of us know. You don't?
I don't read
I'm
that.
guessing the message
Can I
is for you,
insight?
Brom.
Can I inside him and see if he actually understands it?
Go ahead, roll me insight. Maybe.
21.
He doesn't seem to understand what it says. I've seen these markings before. It's
Where?
there's only a few languages that use these runes, I believe. It could be Dwarvish or Giant. Most of the goblinoids and orcs that live out in the forest use this, but or Primordial.
Do you know anyone who could actually read these runes so that we can bring a piece of paper with the runes onto them?
I I could guess at some people that might, but I don't know for sure. No, I'm sorry.
We can ask the chick, the lady in the street.
You
Who would
could. I was
wanna-
gonna say,
All right,
I
if
didn't-
you want to go and ask her, I just want to know, Brom, who would want to break into your house and send you a message you can't read?
Makes no sense.
I'm laughing out of character.
That is,
Brom isn't laughing.
pretty-
Sorry.
I don't
pretty-
know. I honestly,
pretty out
I
there.
don't know. I don't know. This I don't know
I mean,
why this is happening.
connected with you running around naked?
I don't
or
think so.
it might be.
Or are you into some dwarves for some money? Is there something you're not telling us?
I don't owe anyone money. I'm just here trying to become a shipwright. That's all I want.
All right.
Noble. Are your tools missing? Is anything out of place here?
I'll check. And he walks past you all, and as you came into the hallway, you've turned right, and you're in the sort of front room there. And you see he turns left, and it sort of opens up into a large room that goes back almost the full length of the house. And as you look in, you see there is indeed just a huge workshop has been set up in here. Semi-finished projects and tools are scattered all over the place. Sheets of paper with plans on them and stuff. And he spends a bit of time looking around. Everything seems to be here.
I look to Milo and say, "Hey, can you sense anything? You know, do your little ritual there."
Gentlemen, I have a feeling these rooms were more intended for us than for Braun. Just a feeling.
That's you know what, Jalil? I think you might have a point there.
How would they know we were going to come and stay here, though?
Listen, I think it's well above our heads, Milo. At a
Well,
certain
everything's above my head, Raz. That's not a time for a short joke.
point. It's always time for a short joke, Milo. Here, do you need
Fair
me
enough.
to boost you up so you can sense things a little bit better, or you good down there?
Wow, really? Wow. Okay, all right. And I will start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay, so that's going to take 10 minutes. What else
Yeah.
is everyone else doing in that time?
While I'm doing that, I'll be like, "Hey, Brom, maybe you want to shipwright blocking up that window, hey?"
Yes, yeah, I'll get on it. And you see, he grabs some wood and begins blocking the window up. It's
Trying to
only,
see.
I find it very strange that somebody would break into the home of a shipwright and leave presumably a threatening message on their wall. And yet this Braun claims to know nothing about it.
I mean, he does have a big gap in his memory, so
How convenient.
it's kind of always a yeah.
It's okay,
What
Braun.
else?
I believe
I'm
you.
gonna try and look. I'm gonna try and look around the house to see if he has any like books or anything like that. See if he has more information about like the area or some stuff going on, I guess, or just seeing what books and stuff he has in general.
okay. Go ahead and make me just an investigation and just see sort of how much you find
Right.
as you run around.
I rolled it.
Okay. So you're just having a sort of general nose around the house, yeah?
Yeah, like that, and then her books and stuff, just flipping through them really quick, seeing if like anything catches my eye randomly, like a page that's dog-eared or something like that.
Okay. There honestly doesn't seem to be much in his house at all. The theme of being bare and almost to the point of unlived in continues throughout almost the entire property. There is an upstairs as well, and you can very clearly tell which one Brom's room is, but there are quite a few sort of spare bedrooms that have a thick layer of dust in them and are just untouched. You find a cooking book in the kitchen, but it is really just a very basic cooking book and doesn't even seem like it's been opened for some time. the only other papers and books and stuff that you would find would be in his workshop, and they all seem to be relating to woodwork or types of wood, like finding and harvesting and that sort of thing. Instructional manuals.
Okay.
Plans.
I'm glad the
cool.
cookbook didn't have anything for like dog-eared recipes for like sweetbreads or organs or whatever. Like a red dragon kind of moment.
How do you like your humans?
Yeah, stuff like that. So I'm glad we haven't found that so far. But it seems to be about what I expected for him to actually have normal stuff.
It's one of his books. I like wood.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
He seems to live a very simple existence from what you can tell here. He works a lot by the looks of it, but there's not really much else that occupies his life. After fixing up the window, which doesn't take very long at all, says, I'm going to head upstairs and wash and get changed. If you need me, just knock, but please make yourselves at home. And you see him just begin to walk upstairs.
Turn towards Kane and say, you're very... This poor guy was naked in the woods, bloodied, and left alone.
Hang on, Pablo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Andrew didn't have his headphones on. Just go again.
Okay, I had to step away real quick.
That's all right.
What was your question, Grim?
Oh, sorry. I turn towards Kane and just basically say, you're very suspicious of Braun. Why?
Well, I just recently found out that a business associate of mine has dragged all of us into a sort of debt of his on this mission. And now this Braun, who has his house broken into, has this incriminating or possibly threatening message written in some language we don't know about on his wall, and yet he claims to just not know anything about it. Why someone would target just a random shipwright just doesn't add up.
I just feel like the poor guy has had so much shit happen to him. We don't need to be adding stress to his life.
He has had a couple of bad days.
Apparently. And listen, Kane, I didn't drag you guys into this problem. It just happened to be this way.
Yeah.
I just feel we should give poor Braun a little break here. I don't think he's trying to fuck us over. At least not for now.
And if he does fuck us over, Jaleel?
Well, we kill him. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that would put up much of a fight.
Harsh.
I think we're good to avoid that.
Kane just rubs his face and just simply lows. We'll see. We will certainly see. I mean, at just this point, Kane is just suspicious of everything. I mean, just having all this information found out recently to him, he's just not liking the situation.
My
that
10
totally
minutes.
makes sense.
10 minutes finished. Now,
Okay, so your 10 minutes finished. Go ahead and just click the spell for me. I just want to have a quick read over on the distance and stuff.
Do I just do that? No.
I think if you just click it and then make sure it
Like
doesn't
that?
do spell slot, you should be good.
that's correct.
Oh, it's done a spell slot. I'll just edit it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I just need to double check something. Actually, no, I don't. I don't need to check.
That's a waste, fam.
No, it's put a template on for me now. Oh no.
You should have clicked the no template.
I escape. No.
Your spell
Please
goes
stop.
off, and you concentrate. It doesn't sense anything within 30 feet of you. I don't think you guys have anything that would trigger it, but if you do, then that's the only thing that you sense. There's nothing else that triggers
My
it.
ring would trigger it.
Okay, then you pick that up, but other than that, nothing.
Nothing in the writing. I'll wander around the house. I will knock on. I'll go around the whole house. I will knock on Brom's door and let myself in. Just go. All right, Brom. You said make myself at home. Just check it everywhere.
He's in the shower.
He is dressed up to the waist and is currently washing himself. I guess I did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking for magical curses and evil stuff. It's okay. I haven't
Just
come in here to
generally
be
bad
initiated.
stuff.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yeah.
And Kane would be addressing Grim sort of privately.
Would you like a message conversation?
He kind of looks around for a minute, pausing. It would probably be best.
Okay, I'll start a message conversation.
Ooh.
Okay. Milo, you go around the entire house. Nothing triggers.
Okay. And I'll come back down. I'll go. Yeah, nothing, Raz. Absolutely nothing, apart from Grim's ring.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, that's good for now, I think.
Have you copied all these words down?
Copied what word? Oh yeah, I've got that. I got that a while ago. I'm just looking around. I'm assuming there's like coat hooks and stuff like that. So at that point, Raz would probably throw up his coat just for now. So he's just got his regular. Yeah, I can. And he is there logs in the fireplace?
There's a small stack by the side. It doesn't seem like he uses the fireplace. So if you wanted to use it on a regular basis, you'd have to resupply. But there's definitely enough for now.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to get more, and that's something he kind of notes as well. And he walks over, puts one in the fire, and uses, I believe, prestidigitation can light it on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he does that. He just, snaps his finger and a fire starts. It's not a big one, obviously, but it's enough for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no
I'll
problem.
use Mage Hand to grab another log and just put it on there and say, we might as well be warm.
Yeah, I guess so.
You get the fire going.
I mean, otherwise, Fan and Chill, you could just DM on Discord.
We
We
could
wouldn't see
speak
it.
too. I just didn't want to take up the time of the speaking. So just.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You
I'm
go
just,
ahead.
just making sure.
Okay, I'll say.
Yeah,
some reason-
I think I'm about good.
Okay, we can say it instead of finance. So I don't know, if, Kane.
I'll be right back.
I'm worried there's something going on that is way over our heads, because why are there writings on the wall that he can't understand? He seems to be legit. He seems to not understand the writings. Everything is so disconnected from everything.
Sure.
I can't see a pattern. I can't see a pattern in this.
Let's just keep our wits about us.
Let's get some rest and
Let's just keep our wits about us, Grim.
yeah.
Just-
What's the time of day?
The clock is accurate, so it is 2:10.
PM. Okay, it's in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Should we go and investigate some of these places
That'd be wise, Milo.
whilst we've still got some light in the day? Maybe try and go to one of the fresher ones. It's going to be hard with the guards and stuff if they've just gone from being on guard or when they went out on guard. But I mean, the latest child one from the notes, we should definitely go there, because that not only was the parent accosted, they might have seen something, but it'll be the freshest crime scene to look over.
I agree.
And whilst Raz doesn't make the best gambling decisions sometimes, he does have a keen eye.
Yeah, and of course, and if we run into any trouble, well,
And if we find any dwarves or anything on the way, maybe they can translate whatever this writing is, as Raz has got it noted down in his book.
And I do also want to try and check out that house that holy shit,
The
I can't
wizard,
remember his
where
name
the
again.
wizard apprentice would stay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe it was with all of them actually. Matano and his apprentices, I believe, were in one central location. I guess as close as he could be to a wizard's tower, but
And the
don't
last
know.
one went left there about a week ago as well. Maybe we
well,
could.
just hasn't been seen. Maybe not left yet. Maybe they're still there.
How long has it been since this dude went out in the forest and turned naked?
Like one
Yesterday?
Yeah.
One day?
Yeah.
So on the floor, how is is it really dusty? On the floor, on the table?
Roll me an investigation.
Oh shit, okay.
Because the upstairs rooms were dusty, which makes sense because he wasn't using them.
Yeah.
But everywhere else is a good question. Yeah, so walking back from the fire. So, are we trying to go now, or do we wish to, take care of anything else?
Grim, as you probe around the broken shards of glass that have been from somebody breaking this window in, you see that the dust has been disturbed. It was dusty in here before. Not only by the shards of glass themselves, but also by the wind. You also note that it is still lightly snowing outside and has been for a while, but there is no snow building up inside, not even any wet. You think this window was only broken maybe only half an hour ago?
Wait, is the window broken in or out?
Broken in.
Okay.
I tell the rest of the people that this just happened. I'll go outside and I'll see if I can find some witnesses to the act.
Wait, you said this just happened. That kind of confirms my suspicion that it is
Yeah,
because
I think
of us.
you're. Yeah, Jalil, I think whilst we were being held in our meeting, someone seems to have come and sent a message. Well, Mr. Hootie's still flying around outside. Can he just check to see if anyone's watching?
Roll me a perception.
If that's the case, then the culprit is definitely going to be among the watch party. Or at the very least,
Wait.
the receiving party of ours.
Are we also sure that no one else is in this house?
Not really.
18. Because he's got advantage from sight and hearing.
No problem. Still no luck. There's lots of people milling around going about their business, but there doesn't seem to be anyone interested in the house. No more than the odd glance as somebody passes and goes, oh, that's...
How far away was the girl? Does she have like a direct... Can she see the house from where she's sitting?
No, not a chance.
Just a good few
she's in
minutes
the main
away.
square. She's a good, few minute walk, like 5 minute walk away.
Okay. Any houses that has a window directly towards his house?
There's quite a few houses that would sort of overlook or opposite or nearby. You can tell even by looking that half of them aren't even lived in.
I'll try knocking on doors where I think people are living to see if someone has noticed something.
You knock on a door. A couple of them just don't answer, presumably working or out or whatever. After a couple of tries, there's a little old lady answers the door. Yes?
I'm sorry to disturb you. We are just wondering if you noticed some disturbance in your neighbor's house. The window was broken. Did you see anything happen?
Oh, I can't say I did, but if you wanted to come in, we could talk about it. I might be able to help in some way.
This is creepy. I'm not saying it out loud. But yeah,
The Grim seducing all of the women.
But do you remember though? Grim has 20 charisma. He's looking pretty good. He's charismatic. So yeah, but so she said that she didn't see
She
anything.
didn't see anything. No, she said she didn't.
But she still wants me to come inside.
Yeah.
Can I try and like glean intention here?
What?
She wants your young bones.
Why does she want? I ask. Why do you want me to come inside when you didn't see anything?
Oh, I could make some. I could make some tea and cook
I see
you.
what's happening. Did I get the impression she's lonely? She's lonely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like. I really appreciate the invite, but time is of the essence, and I'm sorry. I might actually take you up on it later, different time. But thank you.
Well, I'm always here. If you need an ear, I'm happy to talk.
Have a nice day, and I go. Just this lonely old lady.
What a lovely man. And close.
Yeah, okay. That was a bust. I'll go back to the rest of the guys.
So,
Has Brom made his way downstairs now?
no, he's still upstairs.
You sure?
I'm sure he's still upstairs. Yes.
Right. Well, I'm just going to go and ask him directions then, and tell him we've put the fire on, so that he can get warm. I mean, he's been naked for nearly 2 days. That might help.
Yeah, it should. I have a couple other directions to ask him if that's what you're doing.
Sure.
Anyone that's a sort of healer, and where the wizard was held up, where Matano's house was.
You would have actually already been given the at least rough location of the house from Nezrin.
Okay. So yeah, just any sort of like healers, herbalists, or any people like that.
Then I will go and ask Brom about the cartographers, because I believe that's the latest, the most recent of the children.
Let's look at that note.
On
I
the
believe
maps.
you're right.
Yeah, the cartographer's house. Lena and Griffin Frutmund.
So,
Peku maps.
yep. So, Brom will tell you if you head into the shopping district, there's an herbalist who is your best bet in the town. Ardra is his name. Has a shop there, and he will also tell you that the cartographers have a shop down there, an office down there as well. That's your best
Andra, you
place.
say, is the herbalist.
Ardra, yeah.
I'll also ask him, are there any dwarves around the trade district? Like any smiths or something?
Yes. Arkard Shieldbreaker, the smith in town.
Arkard Shieldbreak. Thank you very much. We've put a fire on downstairs, so once you've cleaned yourself up with all that blood and stuff, go get yourself warm, and we'll be back in a bit.
I'll maybe cook something too.
That would be great. That would be great. If you want to put together a stew or something like that, that would be amazing.
I'll see what I can do. Yes.
I would like to stop by the herbalist, if it's not too much to ask for you all. Just a quick inquiry.
Okay. That's
Plan on that as well.
I'm going to.
I also
the front
mutter.
room.
I also mutter to the party. Do we have enough money for healing salves?
Maybe. Depends
I mean,
how pricey.
One of
they
us should have like 15,000 plat, maybe. Hey.
Listen.
rats.
No, I don't. I don't have that here with me. Otherwise, I'd have a lot less problems.
Yep, that's true.
Do you pay any attention, Milo?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I go to Kane and say that, Kane, I'm gonna go and talk to the Frutmund. It seems like there was more happening there when the kidnapping happened.
You want me
He
to?
was-
Do you want me to accompany you?
If you want, could.
Well, guys, they're both in the trade district. We can go to the herbalist. We can go there. We can also go and ask a dwarf about if he knows anything about these writings. So let's all head over there.
I feel that
Once
we'll
we
be
get
able
there,
to-
we can split up from there.
That's
We-
what
we
I'm
could-
thinking.
Yeah.
So at that point, we're at least somewhat together, I'd imagine. And hold on, it's not sure why I'm thinking of this now. Kane, have you heard that voice again?
Yeah. No, not since the first night when we arrived in the city.
Feeling kind of left
Okay.
out. I have not heard voices in my head.
You don't want to.
Yeah. So Kane's, to be fair, not alone.
Wait, what?
I heard it as well.
I told you. I
Wait,
wasn't
and
crazy.
I looks to Jalil. Wait, did you
What?
hear a voice
What?
too?
What does the voice sound like? Can you imitate it?
I'd
I'm
rather
not
not.
gonna
I have
try-
some
I'm not
sort of
gonna-
dignity.
I'm not gonna try.
I think it sounded like, "Hey, I know why you're here." Something like that. Yes.
Performance check.
Say that, but it definitely did sound.
I think it was
I
very
guess.
I will say that this individual, this voice, knew more matters about my personal life that I am comfortable with.
Yeah, same here. But you guys know that now, so I don't think that's too much of a difference.
Fam, we never discussed this. Do I know that personal stuff?
No.
Okay.
Oh, keep secret from his best friend.
This is something he does not want anyone to know about.
I mean,
yeah.
you guys don't know the full context of the money either, so that's fun.
Well, I
Okay.
agree with Milo. Let's all head to the market district first. We'll see the herbalist, and then Grim and I will go and see to those individuals you spoke of. We'll be able to cover
Is
more ground.
Trotman.
is Matano's house there as well, or is he somewhere else?
Matano's
believe
house
he's in the
is
trade.
in one of the more residential districts. It's set apart on the edge of the upper district.
Okay. So yeah, once we are done talking with these people, I guess we should meet up and then go to Matano's residence.
Yeah, we should definitely, seeing as that's the main reason we came to this town, see if there's any clues of where they've disappeared to from there.
And
Oh,
even-
and here he are you? Because you guys are going to talk to the dwarves right away, correct?
Well, we can see we can visit the dwarves as well, but I mean, I was going to tag along. I actually want to
Cartographer. Okay, yeah.
see
I was
the last
thinking
site,
if they were
last
going, I was
scene
gonna
where the
give them
children was
a
taken,
page.
because maybe
Yeah.
your keen eyes might be useful as well if we have a little look around.
Yeah, we can meet up with them after. But no, because I thought if they were going there first, I would just give them the page out of my spell book for the runes.
I'll copy
But-
the runes over to a piece of paper.
There's
there
plenty
you
of
go.
parchment and stuff around Brom's like workshop, especially. So you could have copied it a couple of times if you wanted to.
Okay,
Generally
yeah, I would
speaking-
have done that in time.
If that message was intended for us, we probably want to stick together.
Yeah, but we also are running into the situation where evidence might be drying up quickly.
Well, it's been a
Yeah.
few days since the children have been gone, and it's been a week since the wizards.
Bromhead's-
As I said, it's going to be hard to find out about the guards because they were taken when they were out and
Yeah,
about.
I think acting with haste now might help us a little bit. But you're right, Milo. We should have some caution.
I think me and Kane can handle ourselves, Tim. Just talking to a couple of parents. And if they want, if
Do you want to
guys-
go to the cartographers? So
Yeah.
you
Sure.
can talk to the parents, but I actually already said I was going there. So, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you guys want to go there first, I'll talk with
We've got an
herbalist.
afternoon to kill, guys. Come on. I think
And,
Brom's going to be a while doing that stew.
yes, and
that's
don't forget there is a curfew. Be back before dark.
Right.
What? Before what? Sunset? Is that
Yeah.
the curfew?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Are there
1 o'clock.
perhaps exceptions where, like, if we are carrying a torch, we're allowed after curfew, or not at all?
Not at all.
I really doubt it as well with the thin ice that we're all kind of on.
I wonder why.
Same here. I do wonder as well.
You guys head to the shopping district, the market district. Brom sort of gives you some vague instructions. It's just off of the main square which you've been to, so it's not too tricky to find. You walk for about 5 minutes, passing through the main square again. The girl in the green dress still sat on the bench and smiles and waves as you pass by. And you find yourself, after only a few minutes of walking, in front of a large sort of block of buildings, all side by side. Standing right in front of you, can you all see? Do you all have vision on the map?
Yeah, we're like outside of some, I'm assuming, big building. Like in a corner.
You can see it's a few different buildings. There's like a wooden frame bit, and then it sort of merges into stone. It's all obviously been built at different points, but they are all different shops that stand side by side. The one that is in front of you reads Chekshpiku Cartographers.
Okay.
Kane's just gonna wait outside.
Knock on the door.
You hear a voice. You can come in. It's door's open.
It's a store, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to be polite, Raz.
Do you go to Asda and just knock on the door?
I'll be like, good afternoon.
Hello. You see that the two men over to one side are deep in a conversation regarding some sort of deal. They're negotiating for a price, and there is a woman wearing a sort of blue top sat on a stool behind a fairly nice wooden desk with a map laid out in front of her and a quill in hand. She puts it away, and as she looks up to you, you see her face is severely swollen, bruised, almost completely black on one side with a broken lip, cuts all over.
I'd be like, oh my, oh that looks painful. Are you Mrs. Lena Fruitland?
I am. Who's asking?
Hello, my name's Milo. Are you alright? Yeah, we're just doing a bit of investigation for the borers, as it were. And
Boars.
had a bit of misfortune. Are you all right to speak at the moment? It looks pretty painful.
The two men, one of them obviously noticing you, he says, this one just here. Says, Mr. First Exile, we can pick this up later, but I assure you it will be done on time, no problem. And the guy nods, shakes his hand, and walks out.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt your business.
He says, no, it's fine. This is far more important. Did Nezrin send you?
That's right. Correct. Yes, Nezrin. We've just had a meeting with her. She seems to have conscripted us into this, and I'll just give a little look to Raz.
I am standing outside.
Oh, he's not here. So, yeah, and we're seeing if we can. Obviously, we're searching for other missing people as well. And I understand your child went missing most recent, as it were.
You see Lena, the female, sort of nods solemnly. Her head lowers as the thoughts rush back into her head. But the gentleman here, yes, she went missing. Have you learned something, or?
Not yet. We've only just started, so we just thought we'd come and get some information from you guys, if possible. If we could.
We have given
see
a lot of information to the other investigator, the others that Nezrin has sent already.
They needed some fresh eyes on it.
He said that he'd already. They have given all the information to the other people that Nezrin have sent.
I understand that. We just would like to get the information firsthand, as we've only just come to town, and we've only just been conscripted to help with this. Also, there's a few techniques we can obviously try, and I understand by your markings your wife was accosted by these. See if we can use some kind of memory techniques, see if she can actually try and remember some stuff maybe. I know it's traumatic what's happened, but it could be very helpful in tracking down and hopefully bringing back your child safe.
He places his arm around her. Okay, we will try to help if it helps bring our daughter back.
Thank you.
Yes.
With regards to what happened, if you could just close your eyes, madam. Again, I know this is going to be traumatic, but know you're safe. Know your husband's beside you. And I just wanted you to cast your mind back to that evening. If you just focus now, can you remember any distinctive smells, sounds, anything you might have seen that you're trying to block out? Again, just walk yourself through the timeline, please.
I was at home and asleep. I don't know what the time was, but early hours, late. I heard.
Was there any light coming in through the curtain?
No.
Okay.
Oh, there was. I heard a shuffle, scratching sound, something moving across the floor, and.
You say scratching? What, like a scraping or more of a nails and claws?
Yes, like nails. Yeah, scratching, and I don't remember much, but my eyes were only open for a moment before I closed
calm
them.
down. It's okay. It's okay. Before you opened your eyes, was there any distinctive smell you got?
It was.
They say it's the strongest memory trigger.
There was a strong odor. Yes. I don't quite know what it was. It just smelled like dirt. It was a foul
Animal, maybe?
smell.
Dirt, like fresh dirt, or are you talking something earthy?
No, not earthy, not dirt, not like you would have in a plant, but just foul, like
Filth.
filth, rot. Yes.
Right. Okay. No. Thank you. You're doing really well, Luna.
All I
Just,
saw
keep-
was its eyes, bright yellow, and then nothing, and just pain. And I called out, but and then everything went black.
This was in your room itself.
Yes.
They say
Thank
well, some scraps of fur were found.
Yes, they said it must have come from a cloak. Like,
Did they take it with them?
yes. I think they took some of it to look at, but there's a bit more at our house still. We kept some
Would
aside.
we be able to get a would be able to? Is it at the scene? Is the scene still undisturbed?
Yeah, we haven't been back there.
No.
Would you allow-
And Griffin, were you present at this time as well?
I was not. I was here working.
And you heard nothing upstairs or at your home?
Where's your home?
Our home is
Where do you live?
is across town in the residential block. I was here working. We've had a couple of large projects to remap this northern area accurately that we've been working on all hours. Mr. First Axe that just left was
Would you allow us to take the key to the house and go and do a once-over investigation?
He looks down to his wife. Usually I would offer to escort you, but I do not want to leave my wife right now.
Understandable.
Please try not to move anything or disturb anything too much, but yes.
We
here.
won't, but we might take a sample of the fur. And I'll be like, thank you for your time, Griffin and Lena. Lena, you've been very helpful.
There is a small box in the kitchen that we collected a few bits up into, including the fur and a few other bits. That
Is
were
that just on the side of the kitchen?
just on the? It's a small plain wooden box. You'll see.
No problem. We'll get the key returned to you here.
That would
best?
be. Yes, please. He reaches out
again,
under the
thank
under the counter and hands you a sort of solid iron key.
I'll be like, thank you for your time. And I'll just do a little awkward bow and then make
Some
my way
curtsy.
out. Yeah.
He sort of embraces his wife a little tighter and starts muttering, sort of trying to calm.
Before I leave, I will go up to them and say that whoever did this, I will do anything in my power to figure out what happened. I just go.
Her head is still down, but he nods to you appreciatively.
Is this guy just standing out here awkwardly?
No, he is gone.
Oh, okay.
he's walked off, so I didn't bother moving him too
I
far.
don't think he's still there. He's just
That's fine.
Standing
I was
out there
just
with-
checking.
came back. It's like, wait a minute.
Okay, guys. We've got some interesting information. I'll share it with you. We've also got the key to their house to go and have a look. And they've got some stuff in a box on the kitchen table. Can we quickly pop to the herbalist and see if there's a dwarf round, and then head to, because this is in the residential area, probably close to where the wizards are.
Yeah,
Milo,
we could probably do both at the same time.
Yes,
Milo.
Kay.
Are we aware of who specifically is conducting these investigations besides us?
No, unless it was someone from the Boars who's already done these. I don't know.
I feel that maybe we should find that information out. Perhaps we could speak to them, cross-reference information.
See what they have from
Didn't-
their findings. But let's
they
look
go
at
on
this
this
with
thing?
fresh
No, I'm
eyes
thinking of
first.
something else.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can find, and then we can always head to that bar on the way back to Brom's, just to see who they're using and if he's in there.
It's just an idea.
Because no, but it's a good idea, Kane. But let's see what we know first, just in case, we pick up something they don't, and we don't want our thoughts tainted by their thinking.
Right.
But no, we'll definitely stop by the bar on the way back, because it's on the way back and it is a bar, and I do think I'm going to get a bit of thirst on walking around this town.
Shit. Right.
Are you all right there?
Okay. So where are you guys wanting to head now? Sorry, just
I dropped my
I know that I want to head to the herbalist.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are going to go to the smith at the
Herbalist,
same time.
Yeah, if I just borrow that page, or if Grimm's got it, I just want to go
Yeah,
for the
we wrote it on
see if the dwarf
multiple
recognises
pages.
the writing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll give you one of the extra scrolls of parchment that we had.
I'll be like,
written down
if you see any healing salves going cheap, I got like 10 gold on me, so I'm not sure that's going to get me anything. But if you find anything, maybe get me one.
Same here. 17 gold.
We're broke. We're not all as rich as Raz. And I'll just look at Raz again.
So the just on the map for me, if you want to go with Raz to the herbalist, put yourself next to him, and if you want to go with Milo to the blacksmith, put yourself next to him.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought we were gonna head to the house to investigate.
No, we'll do
we're
after this.
gonna-
So
We're
just,
literally just stopping
Yeah.
off at the moment,
Cool.
just to ask people.
Because this is in the same merchant district. That is
Yeah.
in the residential district, and we want to
Yeah.
stay together.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just borrowing the page off Raz.
I'm gonna go to the blacksmith first, just because it's literally right next door, so you guys would find it sooner, and then I'll circle back. So this is it's this door just here. You see a big sign above the door.
I again will knock on the door, because that's what I do.
Yes, come in.
I'll be like, "Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. What can I do for you?
Is this guy a dwarf? This just to
No, he's a
check
human.
races. He's a human. Well, I was wondering because we're investigating some break-ins and missing people, and we've seen some kind of ruin scripture left on some walls, and I was wondering if they might have been dwarven in writing, and if the dwarven blacksmith here might be able to. I've heard this was run by a dwarven blacksmith.
Aye, you heard right. That's me.
Oh,
Let's have a look.
hello there. And I'll just bring out the page and say, do you recognise this as dwarven in any way? Unfortunately, I'm not fluent in anything other than halfling.
This is dwarven script for sure. It's not dwarven though. This is this would be primordial.
Primordial, you say?
Not many people around here speak this. Where did you say you found this?
Scrawled over some guy's wall that had his house broken into. Primordial.
Broken
Do you know
into.
anyone who might know Primordial, sir?
Not really. There's a couple of dwarfs say they do that hang around. Usually around the old owl bar when there's not a curfew, but I doubt they really do. It's a point of bragging around here to say that you know it. Not used much, the old language. But,
Oh, okay.
You say the old owl bar?
the old owl bar, yeah.
Well, we'll probably
but
try
of
and
course.
drop in there before curfew. I'm guessing it's just closed as soon as curfew kicks in.
Aye.
Is that right?
Yeah, you might find one or two in there having a drink beforehand, but their business is not doing well thanks to this curfew.
Hasn't curfew been in place long, sir? Or just since the missing folk?
Feels like it. But
Feel-
only since
feels
people
like
started
it
going
years.
missing.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you if we do find any coin from our investigation. Remember to come back here. You've got some fine looking items, sir.
We've got a lot for sale. That's some interesting looking weaponry you've got there, buddy. Looks to you, Gillen.
Yes. As I pull it out and show it to him, it is from a faraway place. Would you like to take a look?
I would very much like to, yes.
I hand him over the shamshir.
He has a good investigation, lays it down on the table and turns it over a couple of times and sort of traces the line with his hand. This is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. And he hand it back to you, Handle first. Thank you for sharing.
Yes. Actually, now that I'm here, out of curiosity, if I were to want to refine it, sharpen it, enhance it, would you be able to do such a thing for me?
It's not something I've worked with before, but a blade's a blade. I'm sure I could do something for you.
Is a ballpark average price range, you would say?
It depends what you want it doing. Truth is, there's not a huge amount of work around here at the moment for me, so I could do you a good price. What is it exactly that you're looking to have done? Sorry, just so I can...
If I were to +1 it, theoretically, or make it a flame tongue, which I think he wouldn't be able to do that because that's magical enhancement. But, yeah. But at the very least, +1 it. You know.
Okay.
Maybe turn it into a lightsaber, something like that.
I'll get back to you on the
You
price
turn
of
this
that. I'm not
into
sure
a
off the top of my head.
sunblade.
Okay,
that's
not sure, but I'll get back to you on that and I'll let you know. But he would be willing to give it a go. Yeah.
Can you make me a gun blade, sir?
You're not here, laddie.
I will say, do you have any bolts made up for a crossbow of the hand nature at all?
Aye, yeah. I'm sure I got some laying around here somewhere.
Would it be possible I could buy some? I am getting through these. I keep forgetting to pick them up after I've shot them. I kind of like just shoot them and forget about it. I really should fetch them afterwards, maybe.
Yeah, you'd save yourself a bit of gold. Is there anything else that you want to ask him, or is it just the shopping?
No, we need to find someone with primordial. I was just hoping that he might recognise the language. But...
He confirms to you that it's definitely primordial. If you want to buy some crossbow bolts, just go ahead and use the store, but you're welcome to buy any like basic stuff that you'd find in a blacksmith. You can do so.
That's in the drop. That's in the dots, isn't it?
Yes,
I believe so. Yeah.
So I'm going to pull over to the other guys. You see, it's a raised building, and you see a set of a finely sort of crafted set of wooden stairs leading up to it, and a flowery sort of sign reveals that this is a botanist.
I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead.
You see this fair maiden over here?
Yeah.
And this man over there.
Hello, welcome to my store.
Hello.
Hail.
Yes.
What can I help you with?
Well,
You're Adra, correct?
I am Adra.
Awesome.
I'll change the thing so you can see it.
Ooh.
Audra, I was told by a friend of mine that you are the individual to see regarding potions, things of that nature.
Healing drought.
I'm looking for something a little bit more different than just a standard healing elixir, if you would indulge me.
What is it that you're looking for?
I'm looking for something to help with exhaustion. I sometimes get rather fatigued very easily. I work the mines, and, well, sometimes I outdo myself at work and leave myself quite fatigued after work, and over time it begins to carry over, and, well, needing something to help so that I can maintain productivity.
That is quite the request. Give me 2 moments. Just need to have a look, see what I have in stock at the moment.
Well, he's looking. I'm gonna walk over to this lady and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, hello.
Do you work here as well?"
Sort of. I assist. I don't really work here.
Well, that might work. Would you mind looking something over for me really quick and see if you know anything about it?
Sure.
And I pull out the my spell book and flip it to the ritual that I've written down. Does this make any sense to you?
No, I'm afraid not. This is. I make clothes. This is way outside of what I would know, I'm afraid. Audra might...
May have a question for you later. Speaking of clothes, actually.
Okay. If it's to do with clothes,
what is your name?
I'd be happy to help. Sorry, what was that?
I asked what her name was.
Oh, my name's Lebrime.
Can you spell that?
Now that you've learned it, I will literally just change it so you can see it.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, there we go.
Lebrime.
All right, I'm gonna write that down. Yes, I'll have to find you later with what I need, and I'll ask you that. The name's Raz, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Raz.
Excuse me,
It
miss.
is nice to meet you as well. And he, holds her hand or whatever. Very gentlemanly.
She'll shake your hand. Yes. What can I do for you?
This is like a short shot in the dark. But do you by perchance speak primordial?
No. I do not.
Read. Okay. Would you know anyone who might actually be able to in this city?
And how do you know that?
Because weren't we in? Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought that was in the other shop.
Nope, that
all
was
up.
just now. You didn't hear about that.
Then I would
Don't
show
worry
her
about it.
the. Then I would show her the writing.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
can flip the next page over.
Yeah. Do you know what this is?
Didn't Raz just ask her that?
No, I asked
No,
her the ritual that we found.
Ritual.
Oh, okay.
So, do you know what this is? Like the language?
It doesn't. No, I don't.
I see.
It's okay. I don't understand it either, and you know.
Sorry for asking
That's
all the
fine.
questions. We're just asking everyone because we need to figure it out.
Audra, my friend, what have you found for me?
I only have one available at the moment, but I think this is what you're looking for. And he holds up a vial. It's just like pure black liquid. That should do the trick. Keep you going.
Very well. What's the damage?
One of those would be 50 gold.
Do you have 50 gold?
Is there any way that we could perhaps knock that down a little bit? Like I said, I'm a newcomer and still looking for work. I've yet to be paid. I'll make sure to send more customers your way, should I verify that it does the job the way that it's supposed to do.
You all seem rather well armed. Are you planning on heading outside of the walls at any point?
Yes.
Maybe if there's work for me.
Wonderful. Come this way. Come this way.
Kane gives a smile, and
I'll
he
follow
just
you.
goes,
Yep. As you're about to walk, Grim, I like grab your shirt and be like, "Do you still have that other vial I gave you?"
Yeah. I'll give you the vial.
No.
a-
I think
What?
this guy should look at it. I think this
Oh,
guy
yeah.
should look at it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You see Lebrime, noticing that he's sort of pulling you further in, walks and closes the door.
well,
This may not be. She turns to Raz as she goes to join the group and says, "This may not be business that we want the bears to find out about."
You know, I'm perfectly fine with that. If you don't like bears, I don't like bears either.
It's not that I don't like them, but they probably shouldn't be involved in every aspect of our business.
No, listen.
so
I'm
gonna
perfectly okay with that.
I'm gonna try something real quick, DM. This is
Yeah,
this
go
is
for
a
it, man.
complete fucking shot in the dark, but I'm just gonna see if it happens. I'm going to say in Thieves' Cant to Audra.
Okay.
So what kind of dealings are you looking to do then, friend?
It takes you like a half hour to say that.
There's a shorthand for it, I'm sure. He looks up at you, his eyes narrow. Interesting. Okay, maybe you are the ones for this. Hey.
I mean, how many miners do you see carrying a shield, an axe, and a greatsword?
He pulls over a book. You can see there's like bits of paper shoved in it and like notes written all over it. And he lays it out. I recently found information about a grove out in the forest, and he circles an area not too far away from the city. There are a myriad of beautiful wildflowers that grow there that would be allow me to make some a little more exotic potions. If you could go and get me just as much as you can carry, I could do you a good discount on these.
I will certainly do that for you, friend. And I have another question, if it isn't too much to ask, of your services, as they are greatly appreciated, especially by myself.
Go ahead.
And again, this is all in Thieves' Cant.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over to Raz, goes, "Give me that paper."
Well, I set the book down.
Okay. Yep. So the book is in front of you.
So, Kane looks over to Audrey, goes, "Audrey, you seem to be a man who rubs shoulders with some individuals that might not wish to be seen or known of, as the nature of this conversation seems to be. Would you happen to know anything about this?" And then he shows him the paper.
So are you showing him the ritual or the primordial?
The primordial.
Okay.
Okay.
He sort of looks it over for a moment. I'm afraid not. I would ask as well that you keep this between us. That represents a part of my life that I no longer indulge in. I'm a botanist now. That's why I came to Zarvon. I cannot read this, I'm afraid. This is beyond my expertise. Nezrin may be able to. She seems to have a way with words and other languages.
Can I attempt to insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would also actually.
It's in Thieves' Cant, though.
Are you continually speaking in Thieves' Camp?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
He seems to be on the level with you. He seems to be being honest with you.
Aside from Nezrin, are there any other individuals in the city that you know that would perhaps this be their field of expertise? I understand that you're not part of that life anymore, but I also understand as a man who's had a somewhat of a grimy past himself that sometimes that grime creeps back in from time to time before you have to brush it back outside the threshold.
I mean, you have to understand that what you're asking for here, it's not so much a case of being wrong or in any way. It's just, this is lost knowledge. There's just not that many people that speak this anymore, that are versed in Dwarvish script. I'm assuming that it's not Dwarvish. I would be able to read that. I would
Now,
say...
DM, I do know that it is Dwarvish script, right?
You know it's Dwarvish script, but it's not Dwarvish. Yeah.
Right.
Can it be Orcish?
We already.
It
Well-
could be. It could be, yeah.
They can't recognize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Audra, I won't bother you any further on this matter. As of course this conversation did occur between you and I. I understand how such things go. I will certainly acquire those exotic flowers for you.
I appreciate that. I would... If you're happy to gather the flowers and you're going to be a returning customer, nobody buys these. I would do this first one for you at 25 gold.
Consider it a deal. Another thing too, Raz, the vial.
Yeah.
I don't have a vial. It's Grimm's.
I pick up a vial and hand it to him.
He will
Is
he'll take the
this
vial,
the
but still
blood vial?
looking at you, Kane. He says, if you want to learn more about this in the city, I would say you only really have two options if you want to avoid Nezrin. You could, if you fancy a headache, talk to the sisters. They seem to know things. Or
The sisters.
they're somewhat of local legends. Nobody really knows what they're about, but
You're awful DM.
they're somewhat of local legends. Nobody really knows what they're about, but if you see a girl running around in a green dress, talk to her. She might be able to tell you what this says. Or Helmea.
It's like Kane. I believe that was the woman that Grimm talked to earlier, or maybe the one in the bar that we saw speaking.
The old owl
Nonsense.
bar. The barman there, Helmea.
Yes.
He's spent many years traveling around before he came to Zarvon. Can't say he does, but he might be able to help you.
So it's the sisters running around in green dresses, and then what was the other individual?
I believe it's the bartender at the Old Owl Bar.
Yeah. The real big
Okay.
dude, you spoke to him already. But yeah.
Okay. He goes, oh, well, so Kane will call it the 25 gold. He goes, if I give you another 25 gold, could you perhaps throw in a healing potion for me?
Sure. Just this once, though.
Hey, who's getting you your exotic flowers for you?
Please do. It means a lot to me.
I'll have many more customers coming your way. I promise, Abra.
Thank you.
Rest assured, Kane, when he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Just to clarify what you just got, these are, I use a couple of these occasionally. I hadn't actually prepped it for this, so it's not in the game yet, but I'll get it in for the next session. But it's a potion of stamina.
Okay.
Stamina potions grant a small burst of energy to those suffering from exhaustion. A potential lifesaver on long, dangerous journeys far from the safe resting place. When you drink a stamina potion, you can ignore a small amount of exhaustion for 1 hour. It basically clears a level of exhaustion, don't worry about it. This cold black potion tastes strongly of old coffee and sour milk. It fizzes slightly when shaken.
Ew.
All right. So since I gave him the 50 and because of my bartering, would it just be just a standard potion of healing?
It's just a basic level potion of healing and a potion of stamina.
Okay, so potion of healing, which is what, 2d4 plus 4?
Yes.
All right.
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2, okay.
Okay, excellent. He goes, and then again, in common, at this point, he goes, Audra, appreciate doing business. You'll be seeing me very soon.
Good. I look forward to it.
As do I. And at this point, he looks to Grim and Roz and gives a nod to say, basically, it's time to head out.
The potion, the vial, though.
Quite yet. And I flipped the page over in my spellbook. Audra, does this make any sense to you? And this is the ritual.
Yeah.
The circle that I saw.
No, I'm afraid it doesn't. You lot certainly seem to be into some weird things, though.
Well, this was found outside of the city, and we had been jumped by orcs just before we really investigated this. That seems rather odd. It's apparently druidic in nature.
I would agree. I really know very little about this other than I could have told you that it's tied to some sort of ritual and is, as you say, druidic nature, but that's really as much as I can tell you as well.
Oh, have you heard of orcs with blue eyes?
Any of those?
Orcs I do not really know what color eyes orcs have.
Oh, okay, never mind then. So the vial I gave him, did he just take the vial and...
Oh, sorry, yeah, he is still holding it. What is this vial? Which one is this? With the orc blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
orc
thing
blood.
that was in the blood or whatever.
Yeah.
I explained that the blood itself it's like sand inside, like grainy.
Yeah.
Is there any way for you to distill it or figure out what this is?
God, we need an alchemist or something for this. Maybe a doctor? This is not something I've seen before, I'm afraid.
Is there a better place we could take this?
You said this is blood.
It is blood from the orcs, because the orcs had their eyes were not normal, and we took some blood because it seemed weird, it happened.
This is beyond any sort of medicine I have or healing. It's I don't know about this, I'm afraid.
That is okay. Thank you for your help.
All right, thank you for your business. Come back if you need anything else.
We will be seeing you when you get back with the flower.
Other quick question: do you have any just simple healing salves? Not anything fancy or too fancy.
I could. He reaches under. There's this. It will heal you a little. Mainly works as an anti-inflammatory. It will remove a bit of pain as well.
How much?
I mean, for this, it would usually get eventually turned into a potion, something a little stronger, but I could sell it to you for 10 gold. So mechanically, what he's offering you is a rub that is going to heal you essentially for 1d4, and it's 10 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get one of those, and I take a
Is it a green herb? Just out of curiosity, Ty.
It is like more of a cream. It's mushed up.
Sure.
It's green herb solve. Yeah, I'll get one. So I'll subtract that from my gold.
Okay, no worries. Go ahead and do so. That's fine. So,
Loot.
you guys, if there are no more questions, you guys meet up back at the edge of the town square, just back from the market.
I did have one more question.
Go ahead.
This would be so as I thank Ardra for the salve, I'll look to Lemire, I believe is what her name was. Lemire, whatever. Labrim. So where is your shop located?
I don't have a shop. That's why I'm. Yeah, I help Ada around here, and yes.
So this is the best place to find you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I will remember that. And he gives a smile and then walks off.
Okay. So after you go about your business, you will meet up back just on the edge of the square, just back from the town district. And we are going to take just a 10-minute break.
Okay. Thank you, DM. I might be a little bit late, but just a heads up.
No worries, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, cool. So we'll take a 10-minute break. I'm going to grab a drink, and then I'll be back here chatting, but we won't actually get going for, let's say 12 minutes, just so it makes it nice and even. So we'll meet back at 25 past and start the game then. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. I have way too many. I don't know how I've ended up making so many bloody NPCs.
How do we add custom items to our stuff?
And why is every single female NPC hot as fuck? Is there no
why
ugly
not?
people in this world? Is there no ugly people in this world? No fat people, just skinny, beautiful women?
I have 43
I
NPCs
haven't heard the
for this
problem
session.
yet.
Because nobody bloody draws them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a chance that old woman you talked to earlier was not as
She was
attractive as you would
hideous.
hope, but
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah, she was.
but maybe
had
that's what
7
you're looking
legs.
for.
Just, I said any ugly or fat. Huh? Remember that?
Yeah, no, fair enough. There are, yeah, you just haven't found them yet.
I did not expect to get that much information from the herbalist.
He's lucky you can't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Most of my NPCs and stuff, because I have the generator. Once I generate them, it gives me like a bit of information and gives me a pretty good idea of sort of like who they are. Which is it's really nice. But he does have a sketchy past. And he's not a particularly vital character at the moment, so I will tell you, he is on the level with you. He has moved here to essentially for a fresh start.
Yeah.
So he does understand Thieves' Cant, but he's not really invested in that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I was just kind of a shot in the dark for me. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to see what happens. Because the moment he said, let's talk about this in closed doors, that's when I'm like, okay.
Sus.
It's just 1d4 healing, not any bonuses. I'm just making sure.
Just a D4. It's just a straight D4.
Okay.
Yes. Oh god.
Is the stream on or post?
The stream's on. You can still be seen.
Listen, Kane might only have an intelligence of 12, but he ain't dumb.
12 is yeah.
12 is actually above average, so you're fine.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like 43 NPCs for this session, don't you?
Holy shit.
Ooh. Gonna
Well, it
have
seems like
to
all of us
find.
Sorry, what's that?
Go ahead.
it seems like all of us have uncovered a decent amount of information to start with.
And found more people to talk to later when we get more stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I will-
talking to Labrim when we get the cloak fur.
Yeah, well, I will say, though, I mean, obviously it's not going to be immediate, but I think if we get the chance to, like, maybe hit that grove at some point, that would be good. Well, no, because, I mean, we don't have a fucking cleric right now, or at really any means of healing, so, like, if we can get, like, healing potions at discounted prices,
Yeah.
we probably should, you know?
Yeah.
You know from your encounter, you're talking to Brom, and just the fact that the city, the lower district, is flooded with undead, that it is fucking hard to get outside the city. So if you can go, or like to do so safely, I should say. So if you have the ability to go out and gather resources, then yeah, people will pay for them.
Yeah. I mean, I could have Milo just go in and steal it, but I don't think Milo's going to do that.
I would steal it from where exactly?
So, how safe is the woods outside the city considered? Like in general?
Not very.
Okay.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's go.
Ron went out there. Next thing you know, he's running around naked, covered in blood.
Because technically, I could turn myself invisible and walk straight through the lower district outside and just pick some flowers and turn myself invisible again and walk straight in.
The grove is a little bit away from, like, it's fairly close, but it's not like right on the edge. So it would be a little bit of a walk into the woods, which is probably where it gets more dangerous than the actual lower district itself.
I'm just happy I got a fucking... Do I want to pop that potion now, though? That's the question.
No. Because we're gonna go and rest.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 levels of exhaustion.
Alright.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, worst case scenario, I just have to pop it in combat encounter if worst comes to worst.
Oh yeah, invisibility actually lasts for an hour? Holy shit.
Yeah, invisibility's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I could also cast darkness on a stone and just carry the stone with darkness.
By the way, Carl, I'm loving the Killing Joke t-shirt.
Thank you. Got it recently.
That is the greatest Batman comic ever made.
Yeah, it is. I absolutely hated the animated version.
Yeah.
Had some good bits from it, but again, that's not what it should have been.
No, shouldn't have. So, you know, when Alan Moore wrote that, that was actually supposed to be the final Batman story. Like, that was his, like... Because I don't know if you caught on to this, but it's spoiler alert, everybody, but Batman kills the Joker at the end. He breaks his neck. Or it's heavily implied that he kills him at the end. I don't know how it was in the cartoon. I couldn't sit through the cartoon because it was so bad. But yeah.
No, I think it was wasn't it the Dark Knight where his neck snaps?
Well, Frank Miller made it. But that was Frank Miller.
Frank Miller.
Alan Moore wrote when Alan Moore wrote the Killing Joke. It's implied that he kills the Joker at the end of it, because he tries to get the Joker to be like, look, man, you can get help, and the Joker's like, it's too late for that, and the Joker basically tells him, like, if you
when they're having that laugh on that about the last joke. No, you'll move the torch away.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Alan Moore fan. I have a shit ton of his comics, actually.
I thought that the film they made for it was a little too safe.
Well, there was also stuff added to it that wasn't in it, like the whole love interest between him and Batgirl, for example.
Yeah, that was really weird and like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, a lot of other stuff, where he's like to crime or whatever, and it's like, I get it, it's a recreation of the scene from the comic, but also like you didn't have to make it that deliberate. It's like, and here's our graphic still image of when he's holding up the glass.
I'll say this: if you, I should show off my comic book sometime. But you ever want to read an awesome one?
From hell. Okay.
Oh my god, it's so good. Look how thick it is.
I don't know if you've ever read 100 Bullets.
I've heard of it. Isn't that by Grant Morrison?
Think so. Yeah, it's really quite. I quite like the story of it. Just random getting revenge on people that effed up their lives.
If you like Grant Morrison, I highly encourage you read his run on Batman as well. His run on Batman is legendary. Like Batman R.I.P. Holy shit! Imagine Batman, but without the Bruce Wayne persona, just pure Batman.
Batman 24/7.
Because what happens in R.I.P. Batman gets Bruce Wayne gets psychologically compromised, and he basically, when he was training for the Dark Brotherhood or whatever, he learned how to basically through meditation build a separate personality within his subconsciousness in case that ever happened, and it's basically just pure fucking Batman. It's
like
Batman
a little
with
mind palace or prison or something.
Yeah, and he brings out this personality, and it's literally just Batman unhinged. It's nuts. Grant Morrison. What's another? I got a ton of stuff. Another good one by Alan Moore is Miracle Man.
Miracle Man. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I keep meaning to read. Is it Why the Last Man on Earth?
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
It's kind of annoying. The best books I've ever read is in Norwegian. And it's so annoying that you can't find it in English because it's awesome. It's called it's 3 series, a total of almost 100 books, and it's about the first series of 47 books is about it's magic. It's like the old Norwegian Norse old magic, and elves underground, and there's in the core of the earth there are a place called the Land of the Light or Light something, and it's divided by 2. One side you got the dark entities, the evil creatures. The other side you have the elves and everything else. It's so good, but it's not in English. So annoying.
Another good book series is the Prince of Thorns books. For those of you familiar with Game of Thrones, imagine a book series about Ramsay Bolton, and it's through his perspective the whole time. That's the trilogy.
My favorite book series at the moment is The Gentleman Bastards.
I think I've heard of that.
Highly recommend reading. It starts off The Lies of Loch Lamora. It's just about a bunch of they're like just a bunch of thieves, a bunch of confidence tricksters. And yeah, it's mainly about their friendship, and it goes on a trilogy. It's a beautiful trilogy. The first one,
Lies of Loch Lamora. I've read that. It's like Ocean's. It's like fantasy Ocean's 11.
Yes, and the second one goes into piracy, sort of, and the third one goes into the ultimate theft, stealing elections. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. I might give that a go.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it. It's well written. Scott Lynch, and the 4th book's on the way. But the real thing about the books is just the friendship between the main character Locke and his best friend Jean. Their friendship is so good, so well written.
That was a damn good book series. Another good one is The Black Company.
I think I've heard about that.
It's by Glenn Cook. It's about a band of mercenaries that works for the Dark Lord, basically.
The Dark Lord.
Like the big bad evil. It's literally about them working big bad evil guy, and it's brutal, man. it does not hold any punches. I love it. Like it entails them, like for example, like just going into villages and just
Genocide.
yeah, like it's awesome. Very well written. Really slow to start, but once he gets into it,
If you look at the look in the general chat, I actually found there's 8 of the books are out in English. It's 10,000 pages. Complete total.
I'm not trying to read some Stephen King stuff.
No. This is not Stephen King, at all.
No, I'm just
Far
saying he
from it.
writes a lot of pages.
Oh yeah, but that's divided by 47 books though.
Thing is, I like
I'm not reading 47 books.
Stephen
it's
King
worth
is
it.
a pretty good author. There's a reason he sold so many good books. But yeah, a lot of his books, he's just describing it. It's like, come on, man, come on. I know what it looks like now. Move on.
I mean, that's like some of the Tolkien's.
Oh,
that's like Tolkien.
Tolkien's
like,
description of walking and more walking. I love the Lord of the Rings. I'm not a big fan of Tolkien's style of writing. He writes like a historian, writing his
he really does.
Well, that's like the fucking Silmarillion. Like, oh my
god,
that literally reads like a history book.
Thing is, I have a friend, and
I
she's
think
a
it's supposed
total
to be
Tolkien head. Absolutely loves the Silmarillion. She reads it, and I'm just like, I just can't get into his writing. I just think he's a bad author.
Well, I think what made Tolkien so awesome was his world building.
Oh yeah. He was the guy that everybody else has copied.
Like no one has,
yes.
No one has yet to match.
Don't know what you're on about.
Okay, we didn't mean just you.
She wrote 47 books in 5 years.
Fuck.
It's too many books.
It's 7 years, but still, holy shit.
Okay, guys, let's jump back into it.
Okay.
So, you ask your questions, you get your intel, and then you meet back up on the edge of the town square, as I say. The market district just behind you. You have now walked away from that. You are standing at the edge of the town square. Where would you like to head next? What are you saying?
I believe the residential district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think once we all agreed, once we were going to go see the blacksmith and the herbalist, we were going to head to. You'll have to remind me his name again. I'm sorry.
Frontman?
Not sure which one you mean.
Matano, but also the cartographer house.
Yeah, we were going to head to the house of Matano and then the cartographer.
Yeah, the Frostmounts cartographers.
While we're walking, I will let other people know that the dwarf couldn't read it, and he thinks it's primordial. So
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my notes.
we need someone, and he suggested there might be a couple of people that drink in the Albar that might know.
And as he's bringing that up, I'm like, why does everything?
You know, everything leads back to the bar.
The owl bar.
Everything.
Well, I will say this, Milo.
Yeah, of course it does.
Our friend at the shop was definitely more fruitful than I expected.
I'll be like, oh, okay.
And then in Thieves' Camp, he goes, has a bit of a troubled past, working with shady individuals like you and I.
And then I'll just be in Thieves' Camp. Well, everyone has a troubled past, Kane.
But he would basically tell you about the information he gained about, with the sisters, the bartender at the Owl Bar. He would mention, the acquisition of the flowers. And then he also would hold up a vial of healing potion and give it to Milo.
Oh, thank you very much. How much do I owe you for this, sir?
Just 10. But you can pay me later in drinks.
All right. I will. I'll definitely buy you. I'm surprisingly enough, I'm pretty sure you could drink 10 gold's worth of booze in one sitting.
You're not wrong.
But let's go check these houses first, and then hopefully we can stop in at the bar on the way back.
DM?
Yep.
I actually never discussed this with you, but my patron.
Yeah.
Do I have any way of contacting him?
I mean, you
Because-
can certainly attempt to.
Because he knows Primordial.
That would make a lot of sense, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that won't
So-
cause any problems.
So I could attempt that. I would like to do it like in private though, because I need to like vanish. So
Understood.
okay. So yeah, I'll do it at night later this. Well, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I will say though, as we're walking to which are we going to the house? Which are we going to Cartographer's or the Wizard's house first?
We're going to the residential district.
Okay.
There,
So,
there are two
Cartographer's
houses
house.
there, so which one would you like to go to?
Cartographer.
I want to go to the Matano's house.
Okay.
Wizard's house.
I will also say too on our way there, you know, I would just mention the herbalist, you know, about us acquiring those flowers for him. That if we do that, he'll be able to help us out with potions and that at discounted prices.
Future investments.
Well, I
Okay.
think that's bottom of our list right now.
Well, it's something to keep in mind.
If
Well,
we don't-
depending on what we find, we might have to head out of town. But yes, we'll
Precisely.
definitely, if we make our way out, stop off and pick up some flowers. 'Cause cheap potions is always a good thing,
Yeah.
especially from someone, and I'll just say in Thieves' Camp, who was in the trade, as it were.
Agreed.
You start to make your way towards the residential district. Again, the upper city here isn't too big, so at tops it's a 10-minute walk. As you begin crossing the courtyard, Grim gets a wave from the girl in the green dress once again, who is still just sat out in the cold, enjoying
I wave
watching the
back.
scenery.
And I actually go up to her and like, hi again.
Hello
I
again,
actually
Grim.
would you mind looking at this? And I like show her the paper with the runes, the scripture on it.
Oh, lovely. I do love a riddle.
Do you know what it says?
Do you?
No. Do you?
It says, men desire me in public and fear me in private.
Men desire me in. Wait, men desire me in private? Public?
Men desire me in public, but fear me in private.
While he's doing
So-
that, I'll look to Milo or Jalil or someone. It's like, if you guys are going to the cartographer's house right away, I've heard there's some cloak fur in there. When you do get there, and when you do get it, could I get it?
Some butt.
Should the answer be breasts?
The cloak fur. Apparently there's some scraps of it left from.
Yeah, when we
Intruder.
get that sample, I will definitely let you look at it. If you don't want to come
Awesome.
and look in the.
Yeah,
the
I
place.
kind of want to go look at Matano's house a little bit more.
I'm
I'll
just
be
laughing
sprinting.
at the chat. Some great answers to this riddle coming. Grim, as you interact, she smiles at you and hands the piece of paper back. Grim Darthmond.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you can read this.
Should I be able to?
I think you should be able to.
Did you
Uh-oh.
teach me?
Pardon?
Well, if the only way I could read it is someone taught it to me.
Or you just know it.
Well, I look at the paper.
You can read it.
God damn it! Do I get an inkling of who this is?
I don't know, do you?
Is that fucking Ifriti or something?
I don't know who that is. Who?
Ifriti,
I
the djinn.
Oh, I see. You no.
Okay, because she was hot while it was cold outside. She could read primordial. I was like,
I
Okay,
see
I
what
mean-
you're saying. No.
Okay, good. I was kind of getting scared for a second there. Kind of freaked me out.
There we go, Grim.
Is this permanent? Like, is this forever? Can I read this forever? Like, Primordial?
You can read it now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so do you know what it means, or?
It's a riddle. I can't give you the answer. It's not useful right now.
Men desire me in public, fear me in fear me. I wrote public both places. Men fire me in public, but fear me in private.
In the public. Fear me in public. Oh.
Men, as in people in general, I'm guessing. Fear me in private. Is it the truth?
I don't know.
Why don't you come and tell us?
I don't know. I'm just gonna type it for now, to kiss, but
Out of
Assuming
character,
you
I
just
will
could
say
type
that.
maybe.
It's-
Maybe.
You don't need to know right now, though, do you?
No, I don't think no. Maybe.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Thank you. Be seeing you. If you need something,
I don't need
if you help
anything
me,
right now.
you help me. Maybe I can help you later on.
Oh, you've already helped me.
Oh, you're so cryptic. It's fun. Bye.
You continue.
Secret.
Do you share this with the party when you get back?
Well, yeah, I do share the translation, but not the rest.
You could read this the whole time, Grim?
No, I didn't share that with you.
He just tells you
I
what the
should-
translation is.
Well, you...
I-
Oh.
She translated it.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what
I
does
thought
it say?
It says, "Men desire me in public, fear me in private."
Ah, more fucking riddles.
I
Brilliant.
I do think I know what it is, but I'm not sure because it could be fucking anything. It might be the truth, but I think I've heard. Fear me in private. Yeah, it makes sense, but yeah. Might be something totally different. I don't know. Fear me.
Okay. Well, let's keep walking, and we can always think about it while we walk. How about that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You are walking and talking at the moment.
We need to. There's a curfew, and we kind of need to do some things before the sun goes down.
Yeah, and that's just... It's, you know, as continuing walking, it's like, why does she know how to read this?
Many people. I can read Infernal. So why can't she read Primordial?
So far, everyone we've
Wait.
talked to hasn't, and she's the first person who could.
Wait.
We
You're
talked to
telling,
4 people. We talked to 4 people.
you're telling me somebody broke into Brown's house and wrote a riddle on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I find that rather odd as well, Jalil.
And they did that while we were in the pub.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So this rings a bell, the riddle itself, but I cannot seem to recall the answer. Can I try and roll an intelligence check for a hint, at least? DM?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me intelligence. DC, I'll say DC 12 for this.
That's relatively easy.
There's a
I
reason.
say as I roll a nat 1, yeah.
It mulls over in your head, but you're not sure.
No,
Let me think of this. Hamster stops running. I've got
well,
nothing.
could I do the int check too? Or
Can we do it a bit later and try and get things done while there's still light?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're walking and
You will
looking
have,
at us in
you
time.
will have all the time in the world to mull over a riddle next to a
When we
fire
go back to Brahms for dinner,
and you're eating soup.
You are walking and talking at this point, and you make your way in deeper into the residential district, following the instructions you were given as to where to find the house that was being rented by Matano on behalf of the Arcane Court. The snow is still gently falling, and the air is getting crisper as the sun dips lower in the sky. It's about a 10-minute walk, and you are at this point right at the edge of the upper district. You see a lone house standing, whereas most of them have, despite the fact that it is a nice area, still been attached to each other and making nice rows of neatly stacked houses that go upwards. This is a solitary house standing just by itself, very beautifully made, ornately carved stone statues in the front garden. But it seems empty. All the windows are shuttered closed. You can't see into the house. And there's no sound coming from it. It's quite quiet now that you're away from the sort of central square of the city.
Well, I'll check this out. It might be over most of your heads. So,
do you need me to open the door for you?
yeah, Milo. You should be able to understand some of it. We've been working on your tricks.
DM, could I check to see if there's a back door?
Yeah, absolutely. You can walk around the house easily enough. You get around the theme of being sort of shuttered and closed extends around the entire perimeter of the property. And there is a back door. Yes.
Excellent. I'm just gonna stand by the back door.
Okay.
Yeah, I go and try the front door. Is it locked?
It is locked. Yeah. It does not budge.
And I
Okay.
take a step back because we don't have the key to this house.
Yeah, that's
Um,
wrong
I
house.
will.
Do you
bring
guys
out
want to
my
go
lockpicks.
check the other house, or are we just all gonna check this out?
I'll do it.
Won't it be quicker if we search together?
Yeah,
I mean, the two of us could do this, and the rest of us could go to, or the rest of
Okay.
you guys could go
Well,
check the cartographer's house.
As they said, there's a box on the kitchen table which has got the stuff they've found in. If you want to go and run an eye over the areas as well of the break-in, and yeah, we'll have a look around this house of wizardry.
Can I check the back door to see if it's open or closed?
It is closed.
Locked. I meant locked.
Locked.
Sorry.
Yeah. It is locked.
Okay.
And I'll bring out my thieves' tools and I'll use my mage hand to try and pick the lock.
You
I'll head over
can't.
to the cartographer's house then.
You can't quite see it when you're standing back. You're trying to pick the lock from a distance, yeah? You can't
I
quite
was
see.
I was just up by the door.
Okay.
I figured Milo was.
Oh no, I can't. I'm doing it from about 5 feet away, not like.
Oh,
30
okay.
feet away.
So from that distance, you can see as your hand sort of appears and the thief tools are there, the lock, as the keyhole, like the lock hole, has been completely filled.
Bill.
It seems like with almost like cement, like it's a stone and glue have been put in there to close it up.
The lock seems to be not a lock. Look, someone's jammed it full of crap.
I was say, what do you mean lock's not a lock? Locks are just locks, Milo. What are you talking about?
Lee, Raz, bend down and look in this lock.
Okay, I bend over and look into the lock, and I'm assuming I see what he was talking about.
Completely sealed up, yeah.
Well,
Are any of the windows looking slightly ajar?
They are, from what you can see, they're all completely shut. You can see there are wooden shutters on the outside that are closed as well and latched over.
right.
And it's all
well,
closed
okay.
up from the outside. Because the shutters are on the outside, aren't they?
The shutters are closed from the outside, yeah. On the outside.
I'm assuming that wouldn't do anything. Well,
You would know these are storm shutters. You would typically only close them if you were expecting bad weather, just to protect the property.
I'll be like, 1 second, and I'll use my mage hand to try and flick the latch on one of the storm shutters.
It's easy enough to do, and you can pull them open. You see the windows are closed, and there are large pieces of wood, seemingly sort of barricading the windows from the inside.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, you know how wizards get.
Yeah, but not weird like that.
DM.
Well, you haven't met
You
many
can't
wizards
see-
then.
You can't see into the through the window at all. Have
No,
they
it is completely boarded and barricaded.
DM question.
Yeah.
About how much time has passed since Kane went around back and they were doing all this?
The house isn't that large, only maybe like 5 minutes, if that.
Okay, he would have gotten impatient at this point. He's going to attempt to just kick the door in from back.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an athletics. Try and break the door down as you kick the door.
Just as he's about to kick it, I'll just turn to Raz. I think we might need Kane to get into this door. Smash.
You hear this large.
He went with the other group.
You hear this large bang from the back. Kane, your foot solidly connects with the door, and your leg just sort of reverberates. It's a solid door, and there seems to be something holding it from the other side as well. Like it is solid. You may be able to break through it, but it's going to take some time. Really
I'm pretty sure
smash through this thing.
I'm pretty sure I followed Kane. I would most likely follow Kane.
Yeah, he would.
Okay, we'll just have everyone here again.
Well, I was thinking of going to the other place, but Kane went around, so I first followed him. Should I just blast down the door, Kane?
Yeah.
Okay, Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So you hit it with one, and there is a crack.
Try
It's
kicking
like-
it again.
Crack. You can keep going. It will take you a bit of time. Like it takes, cast is technically 6 seconds. It's going to take you probably about a minute to really start breaking down this door. It is well barricaded.
I will attempt another kick.
Yeah,
Whilst they're
I'll go
making
get
all
it
this
again.
noise, I'll be like, another option, Raz, is I could climb up and try and get in through the chimney. Bang.
You need a.
Bang.
There is just the continual banging from the back of the property.
Hang on, and I'm just.
Leaving
Probably
no
like-
trace of our entry here. Bang,
He
bang.
kicks,
Yeah.
I shoot. He kicks, I shoot. He kicks, I shoot.
Yep.
Like every other time. Kane has a
Do
bad
you need
influence
a-
on Grim.
Do you need a boost? There.
Can you hear anything?
That's two shots, DM, and
I'm
two
just-
solid kicks.
I'm
That's
just not acknowledging it at this point.
So it's going to just take literally half a minute. I just want to know, you guys are obviously talking. Are you going to start climbing, Milo?
Yeah, I believe he's climbing.
Well, I
and then
was trying to look to see if there was a way through the windows, but if not, I was going to try and maybe
Okay.
get in through the ceiling. But at the
Okay.
moment, it sounds
And
like there's a
I'm gonna
few
look
there's
over-
loud noises.
I'm gonna look
Go ahead
over
and
the
make
front
me
door
an
to see if there's
athletics.
any- Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and make me an athletics to climb up. It's only a DC 10 because it's fairly ornate architecture that sort of lends itself to being climbed.
Not the most athletic though. Natural 1. Reroll that. 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll have
16.
16.
You scramble up. It's not the most elegant climbing, but it's very efficient. You just climb up and you find yourself on the roof. Just before you get to the roof, Kane and Grim at the back door, you have been hitting this thing hard for a few seconds, for a little bit of time now. As the door begins to crack and break, you realize that it's definitely being held, propped up from the other side. It seems that there is heavy furniture pushed up against the door. Not only that, you see stone, like only in like almost like trickles, like climbing vine, but stonework wrapped up against the back of the door.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I can see between the cracks though, right?
You can see just like little chunks of stone, and like it's all blocked up at the moment. You can see like just through bits, but there's no clear vision of what's inside because it's still being blocked by like splinters of wood and little shards of stone and just crap that is piled up against the door.
But is it big things or just a lot of small things?
There is like one or two big items of furniture, like a massive cabinet that's been pushed up against it, and there is this weaving of stone around that.
I can just take. I'll take Mage Hand because I can see it between the and just start tossing the rocks away, the small stones.
You can't. Mage Hand will pick up like an individual rock. This is stone that is growing, seemingly in like a volume,
stone! Oh, like that. I thought it was like a lot of small rocks.
No. It's stone that seems to be like growing up over the furniture.
That's a spell. So something's locked itself in. Well, keep shooting then.
Yeah. I mean, Kane's strong, but I don't think he's strong enough to break solid stone, so...
Also, it's in vines that are about that thick, so it's reinforcing it a bit, but you are making your way through it gradually. It's just going to take you a bit of time to break down through it, bit by bit.
And I'm doing force damage, so it's like, continue shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to take you to clear a hole that you can like crawl through. I'm going to say it's going to take you 1 more minute of you blasting, hitting this thing.
Go ahead, yeah. We're shooting.
Okay, Milo. There's a momentary pause in the banging and echoing noises coming from the back of the house, and then it starts up again. You are up on top of the roof. What are you doing?
I'm looking for a point of entry, basically.
The windows on the second floor.
That shit.
Obviously, they barricaded downstairs and he's boarded up all the windows downstairs, so I'm checking first the windows as points of entry or if there's any vents or anything like that.
The upstairs is likewise boarded. You find a few potential weak points in the actual tiling, and you look to try the chimney. As you approach it, you see the same sort of stone-like cement that is blocking up the keyhole is actually blocking the chimney as well.
Oh.
And I'll just put my head over the edge and I'll be like, the same thing as the whole keyhole. Bloody chimney. Bloody chimney's the same thing. And then I'll move a couple of tiles and see if I can enter through the roof.
Yeah, so from moving the tiles, you can make your way into the attic. You have to cut through some like cheating essentially, but you can get through.
I will attempt to sneak in through the attic.
You drop into the attic at roughly the same time that Kane and Grim. You break down a decent-sized hole. And you just see as this like cabinet that was there just like cracks and falls out of the way, revealing a hole that you could climb into.
Well, I'll
That
go
was fun.
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Kane will enter first. And he'll, as he kind of crawls through and looks up at like all the shit that they just destroyed, he just kind of goes, "Sorry," and just walks.
As you look in the hole, as you begin to crawl in, the first thing that strikes you is there is an almost luminous, very, very faint, but almost luminous glow coming from the center of the house. You're entering into like a little, almost like a utility room, like just a little porch around the back.
Sure.
That leads into the kitchen, but you can just see a faint glow coming from around the corner. Milo, you see the same thing coming from like a few little cracks on the floor that you're standing through where the like boards are. You see this like almost faint blue light glowing from below you.
Okay, hold on a minute. Is this the same hue of blue from the orc eyes?
It is exactly the same.
Okay. I think it's a good thing we didn't split the party. I crawl in.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Grim investigate this because magic is a little beyond Kane.
Okay.
I'll yell over to Raz. Raz! Raz! We got a hole here!
Right. I was gonna try and look at the door a while ago, this front door with Arcana, but I'm not gonna do that now, so I'll just walk through the back.
Okay.
I'll go along with him.
Okay, no worries. You two make your way around to the back. Kane and Grim, are you waiting for them to catch up to you before you continue onwards?
I'm gonna.
I mean, I would probably be standing by the back door, just
Okay.
sort of security, so to speak. But I'm kind of letting Grim handle more of investigating that glow because again, he's not going to know what to make of that.
And Milo, are
Is the
you
glow-
heading down as well? Are you making your way through the house? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll explain this to all of you, and obviously you are approaching from slightly different angles. So there are 4 of you approaching from essentially from the back through the kitchen. Milo, you're making your way down the stairs that lead into this sort of hallway, and then you will see a sort of large main room. There is, as you all enter the house, it is dark. You know that it's dark. Even if you can see in this, you are aware that there is almost no sort of natural light getting in through the windows. Whoever is trying to seal this up has done a very good job at doing so, at making sure that almost nothing can get in or out of this building. And there, this almost like creep vine of stone and rock continues its way all around the inside of the property, finding its way creeping over the walls. Most of the furniture has been pushed to the entrances to barricade doors or used to be hammered over windows to barricade the property from anything getting in. There is this sort of slight luminous almost glow coming from the dead center of this foyer room, and as you enter in, you see a humanoid form propped up, almost speared through as this rock has seemingly burst out of it and grown out of the house from the body. It is mutilated, distorted as the rock just found any way to burst out of its skin that it can. It's barely recognizable as a human anymore, as it is propped up, almost just hanging as the rock extends from floor to ceiling and extends outwards, and the luminous glow seems to be coming from its chest, whatever is left of it.
Fab just missed something big.
I'm sorry.
There's a
Go ahead.
There's a humanoid in the middle with rocks like bursting out of it. That's growing in the house, and it seems like they locked down the house so the rocks would spread outside. That's what it seems like. And we just made a hole in the wall, in the door.
It'll be fine. So, Jalil, Raj, what do you...
Feeling this is can we try and hit it from afar in case it somehow decides to come up at us? Not saying it will, but
The rock?
the human body, that is.
Pretty sure it's dead.
The human body, like you can see the remnants of this distorted human body, but it forms a very clear part of this almost just stone pillar that rises from floor to ceiling, and the body is like inside of it. It couldn't move. It is like amalgamated into the stonework in this building. You can see just there are like bits of blood and running down the stone that have dried a long time ago. But this thing isn't really even human. You only can recognize it from parts of the anatomy, like just an
I will
arm
still
here and a leg
poke
there.
it with my shear.
The
Kind of
You
just
would like to hide?
nudge
As
the,
he's about to, I grab his hand to stop him.
Don't touch this. It might be contagious.
I might be jumping to conclusions on this, but this might be our mage.
Does it like look
That
like an old
seems to
man
make
with
sense.
bread?
No, I think it's the third apprentice, the one who hadn't been seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
But now that we're here, can I make an Arcana check to try and get some grip of what's going on?
Same.
You will notice there is a very fine sort of dust in the air that is constantly just floating around.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Go ahead and make me an Arcana check. You're not sure who this human was. You can obviously go ahead and make your assumptions, but
Yeah.
it is impossible to distinguish who the hell it was. There are no features left. There is stone and crystal just bursting through its face right now.
Can I check if he suffered before he died?
Go ahead and make me a medicine check to check that.
I go outside.
Okay.
I would have also had put light onto my staff to give a bit more of a significant actual light source instead of just the blue.
Okay.
Kane, let's go
Jalil, you can only imagine this was excruciatingly painful.
Okay. Guys, he had a nice death.
I drag
I
Kane.
don't think nice is the word I would use, Jalil.
I drag Kane outside.
Sorry, that was a bit of a humor from my culture. He died with excruciating pain.
Grim and Kane make their way outside. Raz, so what is it you're wanting to check here?
I'm trying to look at the nature of this condition. Was it a spell or was it something else? And I guess with that, I would also be trying to look around as much as I can to see if I can find like a workstation or notes or books that have been kind of scattered around. So I know that'd probably be more of an investigation check, but first is just overall discerning nature of this magical condition.
Help
Okay.
Raz look if it's going to be an investigation.
Yeah, no problem.
But also, if I notice the dust, I'm going to pull a scarf up to cover my mouth
Okay,
and my nose.
no problem. So,
And I'll be like, Raz, you might want to not breathe anything in, mate.
Of course. And I... could I just, like, prestidigitation a little area around my face? Just keeps it clean?
you could do, you just have to, like, keep doing it constantly.
Yeah, so he would do that every... I think it lasts...
I'm not sure, but you can keep doing it, so it's not...
Yeah, I would just... it's just a little thing that I could keep doing, yeah.
Whereas, with that Arcana check of a 23, you sort of look around. You've not seen anything like this before, but your sort of best guess as to what has happened here is that this was a spell. This was magic. This was somebody attempting to cast a spell or a ritual that they didn't understand or didn't fully grasp, weren't able to understand or control, and it's gone badly wrong.
Probably an apprentice.
Yeah.
Out of character, not in game. As a player.
Yeah, so as I continue looking this over, Raz is kind of piecing together. I wonder, because hearing the thing about the eyes, the same blue, and thinking to the vial we had, I wonder if that grainy bits was this, and the orcs might as well fall under the same kind of thing. And he doesn't hope that does happen or not, but and then he is kind of trying to think, I wonder if this is, involved with the ritual that was done maybe with Brahm, not sure, so we'll have to check him out. And then just kind of...
Are we going to check him out? Are we going to cut him open?
Well, no,
and look for rocks?
this is just stuff he's thinking in his head. It's just all stuff that he's running through. Trying to connect dots if there are any, if he can, if they make sense.
If there's anything out loud, then that would be my location.
No, and that's what now he'll be speaking out loud where he says, I have a strong feeling that this was definitely one of the apprentices. This was somebody who tried well above where they should have known they were at. I have a feeling that they didn't intend, obviously, to die, but I think they were trying to either undo something they did or maybe correct some sort of wrong. I don't think you would just be so reckless to this, but
Is this what Matano has been working on? Some weird.
I surely hope not.
Rock.
But he would probably be able to control such a thing. But
Why would you want to control something like this? Look at
you
it.
know, well, why not? Look at this. Can
That's
you
what
really
I just
defend
said.
it?
You can't use my own words against me.
No. If you really think about it, Milo, can you defend against this? This is no illusion. It's not like what I do, where you just make people think something's going wrong. This
You can't
is
pretty much
something
defend from
wrong.
inside yourself. No.
You really can't. So
You think this is happening to those orcs?
it might be. It makes sense why they had, grainy.
I think
bits
we
in
should
their-
stop.
in their
Get
blood.
out of here. Stop breathing. Can we try and find what we can find and leave?
Before
Yeah.
you,
like
before you do, Milo, go ahead and make me. I need. What am I saying? I need an investigation roll from you with advantage because you said
That's
you
what I
were
was gonna say.
helping.
And then
Do you want to
do you
do
need Milo
this?
roll or
do you want me-
Either
Let
of
me-
you, either one of you can roll with advantage.
my investigation is only a +4.
I will roll it with
let's see.
advantage then.
Okay, and then I would also say to Jalil to help us as well. Find any books. Doesn't matter what the book is. Just grab it.
I'll run around, see if I can find anything. Should I roll my own investigation?
Yeah, go ahead. Just a straight
Alright.
one for yourself.
Okay.
You grab a handful of books, but you don't really know what they are at the moment.
Hmm.
You just
Well,
literally grab books.
Could be something.
25.
Milo, with that, as Raz is sort of looking around, he points you in the direction of a few things. You've spent a lot of time with Raz, and he's a wizard, so you sort of recognize, what a spell book looks like. You recognize like the gibberish that they scrawl away to themselves quite
I know
often.
because of my family anyway. So
Exactly. You've done a bit of studying and stuff as well. So you find 3 things of particular interest. The first is that still what can be considered a hand. There's about like that much of the arm left with a hand protruding from this thing, and you see in it the skin itself is rock solid. It's almost completely turned to stone itself. In its hand there is a small green stone, very different and not connected to the sort of network of this blue crystallized stone that you see everywhere else.
it's not melded into his hand.
No, this is a separate thing. You think this is something he was holding when this happened.
Okay.
It has a little marking on it, but it's not one that you're familiar with. It's like a rune carved into the stone. You also find a small sort of under a table nearby. There is a scattering of notes and things that seem to be have been collected and maybe were being studied or written in towards the end, if you will. You find a load of things there, and as you look up on the back wall of the table, on the back wall where the table is, you see something that you've seen before in Brom's house. There is in chalk on the back wall something written in a language you don't understand.
Does it look the same?
It looks exactly the same. The
I'll-
writing's different, but the handwriting's the same. The material's the same.
All right. Well, I will jump up onto the table. I'll go, Raz, do you want to copy that out on the wall? And I'll just put all the notes
course.
into my bag. Just
Yeah,
arm across, just like all of them straight into the bag. And then I will use Mage Hand to try and get that rock. But I will give Raz enough time to try and copy down what's written.
So I will
Yeah,
say
I'm-
there is more text, and it is not in Dwarven runes this time. It's the same material, it's the same like handwriting essentially, but it's a different symbols.
is it any that I know? I speak common not English, common Elvish and Halfling.
No, it is not.
Okay. I still write it down to make sure that I have everything.
Do we see it from the hole in the door, or do we have to be inside the?
No, because it's like round a corner. It's round in a different room.
Okay. So yeah, write that down. And then looking. We'll need to
I'll be
seal up
like,
this door when
we'll
we
read
get out
this
of here.
later. Yeah, definitely
Yes.
need to seal it up. But also,
Yeah.
there's a green rock. I think we should possibly try and get that last when we're leaving, just in case it gets angry.
Yes. Yes, I think we should.
And then I'll sort of like usher Jaleel out the way, and I'll use my mage hand to try and prise out that rock on the way out.
And I take the pouch I have on my belt and kind of hold it open for Milo to put it in there.
Do I know about the writing on the wall? Did you mention it out loud?
Oh yeah, I would have said this. Oh, I
Yeah.
would have shouted out loud.
Sure.
Everything.
I will say. I have a feeling Braum might be in trouble if the
That's
same
what I'm
kind
feeling
of
too.
Yep, if the same kind of writing is on his wall as well. It's
Yeah, there's
might not be identical, but yeah.
I was gonna say it doesn't look the same, and when I compare the two, and it's like on the same page. You know, the top part he's got the Brahms one, and then middle he's got this one. He's like, they're not the same. It's not the same characters. I still don't know what it means, but I think you're right, Jalil, in assuming the worst.
There is, if I wasn't clear, there is a scattering of papers, and there is what equates to a spell book that is being scrawled in just underneath that as well.
I'll definitely take
Well,
this
I
one
would have
for
just
spell book.
shoved everything into a bag. For
Okay,
later,
cool,
just
perfect.
like-
I just wanted
Okay, yeah,
to
yeah.
you did find that.
Literally, I was clearing the desk, putting everything into a bag, whilst,
Okay.
and I'm just going, Raz, draw that. I don't know what it says. What's going on?
Well, it's like you flipped over your backpack and we're doing hungry hippos to just throw it
Okay.
into the bag.
And then yeah, we'll make our way out, and I'll grab the rock on the way out if possible.
Okay. You start to like. Are you doing it with your hands? Are you like trying to open the?
I'm using mage hand
Okay.
to try.
That's still fine. As you try and pull it out, a couple of the fingers just break off and fall to the floor.
I'll wince when that happens. I'm like, sorry.
But you successfully managed to retrieve the stone.
Yeah, and I would kind of throw the pouch around it so we can look at it later.
Yeah, I'll
it's
drop
not
it
just
into that. So we're
held.
not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to run around with it in mage hand, like. "Ah, ah,
Just freaking out. Don't touch it. Why? Just don't touch it.
I don't know."
What time?
Yeah.
What time does the sun begin to set?
It's going to begin to set at essentially 6 p.m.
Okay, so we got 2 hours. We need to probably book it to the cartographer's residence.
We'll make our way out, and I'll be like, right. So how are we going to block the hole up?
Yeah, that's
Other
not gonna
people
be
can't
easy.
go just wandering into there, guys.
Are there any
Yeah,
stones nearby, or?
Do I see like
You're the
any
ones that
wooden-
made the hole.
So
Hold on.
can I hold on?
Hold on.
I've got an idea.
Hold on. Okay.
Could I use Maximilian's earthen grasp to take compacted soil from near the area and like push it over and kind of like have it just the spell end so it like works itself in? I know that's not really how the spell works, but it's kind of.
Go ahead and
hoping.
just click the spell for me. Don't consume a spell slot yet,
Yeah.
and I'll have a read of it. Fan, what were you going to say?
I was trying to steer Jalil's idea.
I was going to see if there was any like tables, planks, wooden boards, anything around inside the house or outside, and just try to board it up with that.
Inside the house, there isn't really anything because most of it's already been used in that sense. The stuff that was at the door is now broken.
Can I try to look around the street anywhere for anything that could be used to cover up a hole?
There is a small shack towards the back of the property, which seems to have a few sort of gardening tools and stuff. It's essentially a very small shed that is made of wood. You could
Do you guys want to grab a piece of the shed or pieces from the shed and try to board up the hole?
Kane will help Jalil in this.
It's a concentration spell, though, so when the concentration is done, it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
magic.
no, so that's what I'm saying. If we can force it in, and then seeing that you guys are doing that now, see
I
if you can
see what you're trying
force
to do.
the-
I don't think it would work. Yeah.
Like, Well, like to plug in the hole, and then if we put boards over it, it could work that way, maybe.
Okay, if you're gonna do that, I'll allow. So you guys grab a load of the boards from the back shed, yeah?
Yeah.
And you see Raz starting to like push dirt using this giant sort of earthen hand into the hole as you begin trying to like board it up with the dirt there as well to really seal it off.
I have a hammer and a shovel.
Okay. That's fine. I because you're all working on this, because you have the materials at hand and you're using magic as well. I'm fine. It's going to take you sort of 5 minutes to do it, to pull the materials off the shed, to then push it up and do it. But you guys successfully board this up with the power of teamwork.
Yay! The power of teamwork.
Hang on a minute. Milo's entry.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
all
roof.
right. I already covered the tiles. I like to leave no trace when I break
It's
in.
sealed.
Well, to be fair, it was a flimsy piece of cloth. It wasn't airtight. It wasn't. They don't have waterproof plastic in this day and age.
I don't know what plastic
I have
is.
a question.
No, do
Mine
I?
is plastic.
I have a question. Who boarded this up? Because I'm a bit confused. If
I'm
did
guessing the Rock, the guy in there that tried to
might
do the
have.
spell.
It might have been the apprentice before, or this could have happened and then
But it looks like
he's dealt with that.
the actual rock springing out from him was pushing this stuff up, didn't it?
I do have a
Does.
theory though,
You're
if
back.
you guys would indulge me. Or two people leave, okay. Wait for them to come back.
Well, no, we can still indulge you. They're just gone for a piss.
Okay, so my theory is this. There was an experiment that went wrong, not necessarily the rocks, but something else. The powder in the air. To hinder that powder getting outside, he desperately did a spell he was not capable of doing to block off the house and died in the process.
Well, the windows were boarded up pre. That was done so people couldn't look in. Maybe,
Yeah.
but without studying. How about we study the actual studies of the wizards, all the things they wrote down before jumping to conclusions. You don't
Yeah.
read a lot about your spells, do you?
No, I
You
just
you haven't got your magic through books.
I just know them.
All right. Well, how about we go and look at the other house, and we definitely need to check on Brom because you guys probably didn't see it, but in there was writing on the wall, and it looked very similar handwriting.
Can I see
And
the paper with the writing?
Sure. I'll quickly show it. We don't have much time. Like, let's walk and talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ty left.
Oh,
that's okay, but we can.
Yeah, I mean,
I can still hear you. It's fine.
We're walking
Ooh.
towards the cartographer's house.
So Ty,
Okay.
do I recognize the writing on this thingy?
I don't think so, but I will double check.
So she just gave me the power to read that one thing then.
You do not recognize this. This is in a completely different script.
Primordial.
We could actually. Do we pass her? No, we don't pass her on the way. We can ask her
No,
when we get
where
back.
it-
Maybe she knows the.
we gotta
She
get,
sounds like a very suspicious person that
Yeah.
she could just give you the power to read stuff.
Yeah.
You say there are 3 of them. I've heard
You,
rumors of
I
certain
did
things
not-
that go in 3s.
I did
Things
not
called
indulge the.
covens. I don't know if you heard of those.
Oh, hold
I
up,
do
hold
not
up.
indulge the
He
information.
never told you that he could read it. He just told you
I
that she
never
had
know.
translated it.
Oh, okay.
That's the only
But
thing.
I
said.
find it very strange that she could read it.
Why?
that's what I said. But apparently, it's normal to just have that.
I can read Infernal. Why is it so weird that she
That's
can read
not
Infernal?
I
normal.
can read Hearthstone.
because primordial is
No one reads doublespeak.
Yeah,
I do.
primordial is practically a dead language, so it's not normal.
The
At
dwarf I saw in the forge with Jaleel was very old, and he said it was an ancient language that doesn't get used at all by them.
Not
Yeah,
to be a devil's advocate, but that lady and her sister were already pretty weird. Maybe they're just weird like that, you know? They know their own things.
There's a lot of things that are weird around here.
I will start
Yeah.
She
training.
didn't
Are we just
strike me
not
as
gonna-
that person.
Like, speaking of weird, are we just ignoring that this kid can speak that the same as devils? Are we just ignoring that?
I'm not.
I've been told that there are people that are like me that can read all languages, so I don't feel it.
Can you read all
Weird.
languages?
No, I'm not that strong yet.
Okay.
Right.
And what do you mean, like you? What?
All this bickering amongst ourselves is pointless. We need to get to this house.
Agreed.
Well, I don't know. I think we
And
need
this
to
time we have a key.
know a bit
so
about
no breaking
a bit
door
more
downs.
about each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we know a lot about Raz right now. His laundry seems to be out in the public. Maybe other people need to get their laundry out.
You have seen me use the spell called Eldritch Blast, correct?
I don't know
I've
what the
seen you
spell's
blast
called, but I see
things.
you shoot
I
force
am
out
a
of your
warlock.
hand.
I'm a warlock.
And who? Oh, warlocks. You make pacts. So you made a pact with the devil?
No, not a devil. Don't worry, it's not a devil.
At this point, Kane would like to kind of pull Jalil to the side as Milo and Raz and Grim kind of have this little back and forth with one another. And Jalil goes, he looks at Jalil and goes, kind of leans over, kind of discreetly, and goes, "Listen, we need to maintain focus on what's going on. I realize that all of us have a bit of things in our closet, but right now is not the time to bicker about it.
I agree.
We need to help. We need to help everything get focused."
This cartographer, we're just checking to see if the kid that was abducted was any traces that they left, correct?
Milo said something about a box. I assume we're gonna check that.
Yeah, the mother and father, they gave us the key so we could actually see. They haven't touched the scene of the abduction, but they've also collected things like the furs and other things in a box on the kitchen table. That's what the husband said.
Okay.
And the information from the wife was quite intriguing. Claws and furs and a smell of filth. She said dirt at first, and I thought she meant like earth, but no, she meant dirt as in filth. Whatever
Sounds like
this
undead.
thing is.
Put my
Why
hand
does
on.
it sound like undead? Do they have claws on their feet?
No, they have bones. But the thing is, it sounds. The smell. This thing, the smell. It didn't smell like
dirt, filth, as opposed to the smell of death. The smell of death is a bit different than.
Didn't you
filth.
say that? Didn't you say that?
No. She
Jalil,
said
what were you
dirt.
saying?
Sorry, I do put my hand on Kane's shoulder and ask him, we are good people, right?
I consider myself good.
Then if we're doing good things, we should stop these disappearances.
Yeah.
And stop bickering and continue onwards.
Well,
Because
I'm only answering the questions. Nothing more.
I understand, but now's just not the time. We're burning daylight. We'll have these discussions once we crack this open. Once we finish this job.
plus, after curfew, we're stuck at home for the rest of the night. Enough time to bicker then. Yes?
There you go.
As long as Brom's still there and he hasn't turned into a weird rock monster, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Brom.
Oh, I believe this is their house.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kane gives Jalil a deep nod, sort of showing respect and gratitude at that.
You all approach the house that has been, you know, belongs to the cartographers, the parents of the kid that you spoke to. It seems very similar to Brom's. It's in the same area. It's of the same style. It's a little bit nice kept than Brom's is. It seems a little bit more homely. You walk up and put the key in, and it works, and the door clicks open.
Oh, good thing the key works.
Yeah,
Just
that
give
would
us
have
a
been
key. That's
awkward.
the wrong one. What do
Well,
you mean
at
you gave
least
us
this
the wrong
one's
key?
this one's got a keyhole. I could have broken into this one if, in the other words. Um,
You know.
but yeah, so they went missing in the middle of the night from this house. There was a struggle. Nothing else was stolen from the notes. And then we'll wander into the house, and I guess we'll look for the kitchen first.
So it's a pretty simple layout. You know from being in Brom's house that the kitchen is at the back. You go straight down the hallway, and at the back you already see that there are a couple of deep red spots of blood on the wooden floor in the hallway. There's a broken like vase laying on the floor. The shards have been like pushed back against the wall, but not cleaned up properly. There's a couple of like scratch marks on the wall, as it seems like somebody is like clawing for something to hold on to.
But they look like human scratch marks.
They look like more
fingernails.
specifically small child's hand. Yeah, trying to grab onto something.
Oh my. Okay. And then yeah, I'll try and follow it through, and because she did mention when I tried to get her to do a visual memory of it, she did mention scraping. Can I check, see if there's any scrape marks on the floor or any claw marks on the floor as we're walking through?
You do find one or two, yeah, scrapes, like gouges in the wood.
And obviously everything looks big to me as I'm a halfling. But can I gauge the size of, like, is it like a talon or a claw or something either from an animal or something darker?
Roll me an investigation.
Can I if it's okay, can I walk up to him and try to ascertain it as well, give him an advantage?
Yep. Yeah. If you help him, I'm totally fine
Yeah,
with
because
that.
we were both there during the interview. So
That's fine.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
16.
16. Okay. So you find, as I mentioned, you find a few deep gouges in the wood. On the floor. In a couple of places. Mainly a couple right by the door, and a few on the stairs as well, leading up.
But I can't sort of like ascertain if it was
They are
say a claw or a.
They are not particularly deep. It's mainly just sort of surface scratches, and it seems like whatever made them, they are. It's not like razor sharp. You know, it's like a little bit blunted.
Okay.
It seems. From what you would expect, it's from like a paw, not a talon, not a bird or something like that, but like a paw, a clawed paw.
Okay, but right, so it is from an animal as opposed to, either the undead from the lower city or a bear orc foot with really bad toenails.
Towards Milo, undead or not undead? What do you think?
Well, it looks more like animal paw. Look in the
Animal?
box in the kitchen. They said they collected some of the fur.
I go towards the kitchen, and do I see a box?
Yeah, indeed, there is a small wooden box, exactly where he said it would be.
Walk up to it. Is it locked?
No, it's just a very simple box. As you open it up, there's a few bits in here. There's a little, like a couple of small tufts of hair. It really is only a small amount. And there's also just a very small glass vial with a few drops of blood in it.
Milo, Can you see if this stuffed affair belongs to any creature you know? Can I roll in nature or something to see if I can ascertain?
Yeah, you can roll
I'm
in
not
nature.
most
Anyone
for
there is there
nature. I'll tell
looking.
you, I think Kane knows more of the wilds than
And then
me. Don't you, big guy?
Surprisingly, I don't have proficiency in it actually. But I
Does
Anybody know?
anyone? I'm more of a
Jalil,
city.
I might
halfling.
have someone who can be able to help us, but I doubt we'll be able to see them today with this losing time that we have. So
I can
once you're
They
done
said
looking
we
at it,
can-
I'll hold on to
They
it.
said we can take the samples.
Yes.
Is that blood?
Well, hold on.
I'll look at Jaleel.
Yeah.
I-
I don't know if it's a child's blood or the thing that came in. Sorry, Kane, you were saying.
I was going to say I could attempt a nature check if the DM will allow it, or a survival check, which I have more proficiency in.
This would be nature.
Okay.
To ascertain this, you have if you have proficiency in either nature or survival, you can make the nature roll, and that goes for anyone. So if you have proficiency in nature or survival, go ahead and make me a nature check if you're looking at this.
Will I be adding my proficiency then to it?
No, it's just a nature check. So whatever you've got for nature, it's just that this is
I'm not proficient in nature. I have +4 though, but I'm not.
this is like a knowledge check. But if you have proficiency in survival, it kind of says to me you've spent a lot of time outdoors, so you would have more of a chance.
Well, I got nat 1 because I have disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Really need that nap.
With that, nothing. I'm afraid. This could be from anything.
Well, let's take the stuff with us, and when we've got some more time, when we're going over the papers and stuff, we can.
Absolutely. They said you could take it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'll grab the fur like I had mentioned before. I know someone to show this to.
And that blood itself, I guess we don't know whose blood that is.
The kid's blood or the thing that took him's blood?
I believe the herbalist Ardrer said there was a doctor. Maybe they would know. But
I mean, does it look like the sample we got from the Oryx?
I could compare the two later.
I think I'm kind of worried Brom's in trouble, but we should probably make our way to the Owl Bar.
What time is it? Is it actually 4:30 or is it?
It is. Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay.
What Milo? What if it brought you the ease of mind if one of us went back to Brom?
Don't worry, Ty. I snap my fingers and the cat is back with me, and I get information on how Braun is doing.
Has he been with Brom the whole time?
Yeah, and I didn't take him. I just summoned him there and just left him there. I didn't take him with me.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Brom seems to be fine. He is making stew.
Okay.
Good.
Go run back to him and come back to me if something happens.
I'm sorry. What kind of stew there? It's important.
I don't know.
It's just vegetable.
Really?
There's nothing too fancy.
I can't really have a conversation with the cat. It just tells me if everything's okay or not.
How much information can the cat give you?
Well, it can give me if there's so many people coming or like images in my head, like situational images, but it's not gonna talk like a conversation with.
Okay.
I mean, basically as much as a cat would know.
I would know if a cat would know if there was meat.
Talking about your familiar.
Yeah.
Is this a regular cat or is this like Atlas?
It's not as good as Atlas.
But Brom can see your
you
familiar,
changed
right?
it from your raven.
Yeah. To a cat.
Recast the spell. Brom can see the cat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine. That's all you get then.
So the cat doesn't know if there was tasty meat inside. That's fine.
Cat doesn't.
Cat
know.
doesn't eat though.
Cat
Familiar. They wouldn't care.
What a sad life, cat.
Well, I mean, we can. we can have a little check of the kids' room upstairs, because obviously it was dragged out this way. But we'll see if there's any point of entry upstairs.
Was the kid up in their room, or were they downstairs?
Well, no, she was sleeping. When it
Okay,
happened.
yeah.
And she's got the smell. She didn't see, apart from, I think she said bright orange eyes, wasn't it?
Bright yellow.
Yellow.
Bright yellow eyes. So not blue. So it's not orcs. Yay.
Perhaps.
But yeah, so that's all she can remember visually. And then obviously the stench of filth. But let us, let's just have a quick check of the area upstairs, see if there's anything we can see with regarding point of entry, and then we've got to lock up and get the key back to them before they close up.
Good idea. I'm going to parse through some notes in my book here.
So I'll keep your investigation score, but as you head upstairs, there's a couple of things you find. The kids' room, it's very obvious as to which one it is. It seems to be completely untouched. There's no like scratches either on the floor or on the walls. As you enter the parents' room, you notice a couple of these grooves in the floor, a couple of these scratches near the bed, particularly, where they seem to be a little bit deeper, a little bit more often. The bed sheets, the bed itself, the bed sheets are still stained with blood, almost like drenched around the pillow in blood. And you know, a complete mess, but nothing else much there. You see signs of more scratching and like grasping of small hands starting at the top of the stairs.
So it wasn't from its room that it started, but from the top of the stairs, the dragging, it seems. And I'll say that out loud if people are near me. Right.
The blood on the bed as I join up upstairs. Is that the child's blood?
No, that'll be you saw the mother's face. That'll be hers, I think.
Oh.
This is in her room, yeah, the parents' room.
Yeah, my bad. Okay.
She took quite a beating. Yeah, but there's not any disturbance in the child's room, which is strange. If the child was taken, but I mean, it looks like all the violence started in the mother's room.
Missing a key point here. How did the child get abducted from the mother's room? Or did I miss something in that conversation we had?
No. She can only remember the assault happening in the room and seeing the eyes. But if you follow the patterns of the scratches, it looks like the violence happened in this room, and I'll be in the mother's room, and then I'll walk out into the corridor, and it looks like maybe the child got up, came to this point here in the corridor, and then you can see it starts getting dragged down the stairs, and I'll point out the finger marks of the child claws down the stairs. And then it looks like that's when it was dragged out.
Originally, the thing attacked the mother, and then it grabbed the child instead.
That's what it looks like.
Can I try to verify his statement, or at least roll my own kind of investigation to see if this is something
with everybody working on it, and go ahead and roll me an investigation with advantage.
Oh, nice.
Nice. With all the clues, with all the signs you've got going on here, you think that's pretty spot on. It looks like the mother got attacked, the child got up to investigate some noise, and then got grabbed.
Hey, Milo could have been a detective.
Yeah,
What doesn't strike? Because we have guards missing, we have children missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why would if they're looking for children, why would they attack the mother first?
That's what you don't.
it doesn't kind of fit.
That's
Why would
something
they-
we can discuss tonight.
Well, maybe
over
the
a
mo-
lovely stew.
But maybe the entity was after the child, but the mother heard something, got up, saw the entity.
No, she didn't get up. She got assaulted in the bed.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah,
My computer crashed on me.
But anyway, I think we've got
Boots
all the
back up.
information we need from here. Can we wander back and I can drop the key off at the cartographers?
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
So you head out, locking the door behind you, and start making your way to the cartographers. It's about a 5-minute walk from where you are back to the cartographer. As you get there and drop the key in, the husband says, did you learn anything? Anything you can tell us?
Well, it seems as though it was like an animal. Do you know the names of the other investigators that asked you questions from the Boers?
Yes, what was it? Edir.
Edir.
Yes, that was his name.
Alright.
Edir
Well,
Vox.
We'll compare notes with Edir. But from our first look, and from the fur that you collected, just to check, that blood, was that from the animal as well?
Animal? The blood was what was in the hallway, but we're not sure whose it is.
Right. Well, again, at the moment we're suspecting some kind of animal, but we'll keep you, obviously, in the loop with any new findings when we continue our investigation. But again, thank you for access to your property and for going through a harrowing experience earlier with me. Thank you.
Lena is just sobbing generally to herself. The husband says, no, thank you. If you find out anything else, please let us know. We're staying at the inn at the moment.
Of course.
We just don't want to go
it
back.
must be hard to go back. I said, obviously. We will, if we anything, we'll find out. Are you staying at the Owl Inn, the Owl Bear Inn?
No, there's no accommodation there, but just around the corner here, it is Gerda's Inn.
That's no problem. I will. We'll drop round, and if we find anything new, please.
Can I roll a history check to see if I would know about animals that turn into humans, or would I know about anything like that?
Go ahead. You're wanting to know about animals that turn into humans, or?
Well, meta-wise, werebears, wereboars, were-rats, right?
Okay.
In character, I don't know if I would know. I don't think I would.
we're in a city
that
that's
roll,
surrounded
no,
by
probably
undead.
not. With that roll, probably, unfortunately not.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. So I'll walk out after dropping the key off and be like, right then, pub.
So British.
I'll just say to the group.
I'll go back to what's your name for? Fuck names.
Brom?
The house. Yeah, I go back to Brom's.
Okay.
I think I will retire as well. We have what we need from the script, and we don't need to go there.
You're not gonna check with your new girlfriend if she can read this new writings.
No.
All right. Well,
You
I
seem to
would
be so much against
I would ask
it.
Fan if Kane wanted a pint, but yeah, he's having technical issues.
You seem to be so much against me talking to her, so I figured it's better not to.
Not against you talking to her. I just find her very suspicious.
Exactly.
Don't you find her suspicious?
No.
Okay.
As you as you headed through the square, you've just obviously returned to the market district. She was no longer there. The one that you were speaking to before. She has departed now. Grim and Jalil, you guys are heading back to Brom's.
Yes.
Milo, you're heading to the old owl bar. Ras, where are you going?
I'm going with Milo.
Okay. So you two head back. You guys would reach the old owl bar first. I'm gonna transfer everybody over to the old owl bar if you don't mind, because I have a map for that one. So if you're not actually there, just
You're just not actually
do
there.
whatever you want. You're just not actually there. But you will see yourselves here in just a second. I should just be loading for you.
Yep.
And go ahead and move yourselves as you feel free. You guys go ahead and move for the moment, and I am just going to get over to... So, Jalil and Grim. You guys head back. It's another sort of few minutes back to Brom's house. As you approach, there is a bit of a bang from inside. Nothing too major. You hear a bit of bang, and as you walk in, Brom is in his workshop. Oh, hi. There's stew in the kitchen if you're hungry.
What are you working on?
All sorts of things at the moment. I always have a number of projects going at the same time. I am working on some chairs, not very exciting really, and also some wheels. I'm not very good at those.
Making furniture for your own house? You kind of need some furniture. It's pretty empty in there.
Not for this house. Somebody else has requested some stuff.
I see.
I have
I'm actually
no need for
gonna
chairs.
take up my cartographer tools and start like making a map of the city, like of where we've been, and like
Okay.
and I'm gonna make like a map, and I'm gonna point out the places where everyone was taken from on that map. Of course, the guards is gonna be hard, but I'm guessing we have the itinerary of where they were working that day they were taken.
No, you have not been given that.
Okay, so I need that too then.
The information you've been given about the guards is pretty minimal.
Okay. So I'll at least take where the children were when they were taken, and I'm gonna later on get the guards, then figure out maybe there's like a pattern of where, and if it's an area or
Okay.
the center of that.
Okay. You can certainly begin jotting that down. Roll me just an investigation whilst you do that. From what you can see off the bat, there doesn't seem to be any correlation. There's nothing that jumps out at you as a pattern or just a couple of random dots on the map from what you can see.
Okay.
Okay, so Brom continues in his workshop. He's not being particularly loud. He's not being very loud at all, to be fair. But there is stew and food in the kitchen for you. You walk in and it smells pretty good. What did you say?
Yeah.
I said, thank you for the stew, Brom. I said,
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I'll eat some and just scribble.
What kind of stew is it by chance?
Just potato and vegetable. Nothing too exciting.
Kane will look to Braun.
Just before you do, Kane, the party is split in two. So Jalil and Grim have gone back to the house. Milo and Raz have headed to the bar. So depending on which.
I would probably have headed back to,
I would have said, are you coming for a pint when we headed off?
Yeah, I think he would have went to the bar just because, again, he wouldn't have wanted to go back until business for the day is finished. So, yeah.
He's an efficient man.
Yeah.
You are in the bar. You should be on the map, so feel free to move yourself to wherever you wish.
Yeah, I'll be able to as soon as my computer loads up. It kind of took a big deuce on me. So
No worries. I'm going to move you just to the bar with the other two then.
Was it just a random lockup?
It kind of was like the U.S. economy in 2008. It just crashed.
Yeah, that happened to me last week. Not fun.
Okay, so Jalil, Grim, was there anything else you wanted to do, or are you content eating and making your map?
I'll send. Oh my god! Again.
I'll ask Grim.
Scott, I'll send God. What? I'll send Scott to the
ask-
bar.
Okay. What did you want to ask Grim?
I was gonna ask him. Does your cat really not eat?
No, a cat doesn't eat. It's not real. It's magical.
Magical cat does not eat.
No,
How much did it cost?
nothing. Well, it costs 10 gold, but I need incense and I need charcoal and stuff to summon it. So it costs 10 gold if it dies, or I need to change its form.
But if I pet it, does it feel like happy?
Yes, it feels real. It will emulate the sounds of a cat. It will act like a cat, but it is not real. It has emotions per se, but it's not human. It's not a cat. It's a entity from a. I don't know. It's complicated. Even I don't know all of it.
Okay, just because if it dies, does it feel pain? That's my question.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I try and ask the cat. Do you feel pain?
Yeah.
It just meows at you.
Well, I will get telepathic answer.
It
Yes, I know,
telepathically
like-
meows at you.
Behind you hear a meow. It's like, what?
I don't know. He won't tell me. Or she. I'm not sure. Lift his tail. It's a she.
It more just seems kind of confused by your question.
Brom,
What is... Yeah? No, Brom.
Yes.
can you come here for a second?
Yeah, sure. And he
I know
comes
you're
to-
working. I'm sorry to disturb.
It's fine.
Can I give him a quick once over to see if there's any strange protrusions or like weird boulders, signs of boulders?
Oh, I see. Yeah, go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Can I see if you're rock hard? What?
Basically, yeah. Go ahead and make me a medicine, yeah. 14. Doesn't strike you as odd. No. There's nothing that seems to be out of the ordinary. You do a few quick tests, but seems human. No protrusions, no oddities.
Looking healthy, buddy. I'll tap him, couple on the shoulders. Just making sure you're okay after that blood fest. Back to work.
Thank you.
How
Yes.
far is it to the bar from here?
You see, he's got a lot of. It's about 5 minutes to the square, and then another few minutes down the stairs. You see, he's got a lot of scars all over him, Jalil. However, you can't see any fresh wounds.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be any cuts from recent.
Where'd you get those scars from, bro?
All over the place, really. I've been quite accident prone. Some of them are accidents from woodworking. Some of them from before that, when I was a kid and got hit quite a lot.
Were you bullied, Brom?
My father was very abusive.
Oof. Sorry to hear that. Is he dead?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, good.
I haven't spoken to him for a long time.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's okay. But yes, all over really. I've had a life of collecting them.
That can be harsh. Not that I would know, but yeah.
Well,
Was
I'm sure
there-
you'll impress the ladies with those scars there, Brom.
Thank you. Was there anything else you needed to know? Or do you need anything?
Do you need help in the workshop? I'm pretty dexterous, actually, with my fingers.
No. It might sound silly, but I don't really like people going in my workshop.
That's okay. I don't mind.
It's kind of my own space. The rest of the house is open to you, of course.
I won't bother you unless it's necessary.
Thank you. Thank you.
And don't worry about sounds. Don't worry about sounds. Like, if you need to hammer something, just go at it. Doesn't bother us, at least me.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And he sort of nods and returns to his workshop.
Okay, I'm done.
Back at the bar. So you guys walk in and head up to the bar, and the big guy goes, you're back. What will we be having?
3 pints, please. Pint. And I'll just look at Raz, look at Kane. Pint?
Yep, he just Raz nods.
He's already like pouring them. There we go.
Thank you. How much do I owe you, good sir?
That's I don't know how much is a pint.
Three copper.
Is it really? Okay, cool. 9 copper then.
And I'll hand him over a silver and I'll say, keep the change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Need it around here with business being what it is at the moment.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. And the curfew must be crippling your business.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Has it only just come into play since people have gone missing, like?
Yep, pretty much. First kid went missing. They thought it was just a one-off. Started to investigate. One more went missing. They brought the curfew in.
Oh, shocking. We're trying to investigate it, try to get some information. Try to get some, like, translation done by a dwarf. He directed us to here, because, and I'll be like, do you still have that writing in your book, Raz?
Of course I do.
Do you know anyone who could translate these? And I'll be trying to flick through it to the newer, the newer one.
I'd have that page kind of ready.
Yeah, I get you. He sort of scours at it, like gets in close. I mean, I can read and speak Dwarvish, but these ruins seem familiar. But is it the Dwarvish one you're showing him, or the new one?
Showing him the one.
It's on the same page.
Okay, cool.
I'm pointing at the one from the house, the house that we just been to, the wizard house.
Okay. Well, I guess, this top one, that's Dwarvish script, but not Dwarvish. I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's called Primordial.
Aye, could be. That would make sense. I can't speak that. Not a bloody chance.
Is that okay there for a second time?
That's absolutely fine, dude. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to be wrapping up shortly anyway.
Thank you.
He goes, no, can't bloody speak that. Other one I can't bloody speak either. But I do recognize it. There's only one script that uses that language.
Oh, what is that script then?
That would be, and I'm not quite sure where you found this, but that would be Draconic.
Draconic?
Huh.
Weird.
Aye, very weird.
Do you know anyone who might speak Draconic in the bar this evening?
The girl in the corner just then starts spouting off in a language that you don't understand.
But it sounds, I'm guessing, guttural and
Yeah.
It's like this girl.
That's the one.
Yeah. Are you that surprised?
And I'll just be like, oh, God.
I'll let you. And I slide the book over a little bit more. I'll let you handle that one, Milo.
I'll step up onto the bar, and I'll just
walk over.
walk my way across the bar to her. I'll be like,
What an asshole.
"Good evening, madam."
the moment you like get up and walk over, you see the barman just goes, "Yep, good luck with that," and just like turns to go
As
serve
I'm
someone
walking,
else.
I'm shaking my head like I don't want to do this.
While Milo's doing that, I look to the bartender and say, "Is the good lady in?"
I think she is at the moment. Yeah.
Right. Should probably go talk to her.
Oh, and I'll turn if I see you getting up to go out. I'll be find out about. Is it Eber, the guy who did the investigation?
Sure.
Gentlemen, I don't think that's going to be quite necessary. You see a skill drinking at the end of the bar. If you would like to talk to the investigator doing the case, then I'm sure he would be happy to. And he gestures to the guy next to him.
Oh.
Hey. And he steps around from where he was sat and sits sort of next to you guys, instead of between the two.
I'll let you have a conversation while I'm walking up to Crazy Woman. Oh my.
Well, I was gonna say you have my notes and stuff, so you'd be the one who really needs to talk to these guys. So I'll look to you and say, yeah, Milo, when you're satisfied with what you've gotten from her, I would talk with these guys. I'm going to go have another chat.
All right, I'll walk up and I'll be like, "Excuse me, madam." I'll tuck it to leave.
She looks at you straight away and continues talking to you, but seemingly still in Draconic.
Can you translate that or languages?
She smiles.
Do you know
and nods at
languages?
you, and we'll begin.
And I'll just be like a tourist. I'll be like, can you convert this to common?
What I
need.
Common. She just smiles at you and doesn't translate it into common, but does translate it into halfling.
Okay.
It reads, the foolish man wastes me, the average man spends me, the wise man invests me, but all men succumb to me. Fan, what's up, man?
Time.
Yes, we're wrapping up any second.
No. I think that's what the answer to the riddle is. I was going to say time as well.
So the foolish man wastes me, the average man bends me?
Yeah. The wise man invests me, but all men succumb to me.
Time is, I think, what Kane was saying is the answer.
Okay. Oh, you had your hand up. I was wondering why.
I did that on accident. Foundry's it's not performing well at all for me right now.
Okay, dude. No.
And I'll just look at her and in halfly I'll go, "Thank you very much. Would you like a drink?"
The one with the crown of stones.
Okay. I'll take that as a yes. And I'll look at the barman and I'll be like, whatever she's having.
It crackles and pops, but she still likes it. I wouldn't use it.
Alright, you have a good evening. And I'll bow and just awkwardly walk away
all things are good when the fire is lit.
She's mad.
Rain leads the way.
I'll walk along the bar all the way back and I'll be like, yeah, bartender, whatever she's having. And she speaks halfling as well as dragon, it seems. Right. Oh, hello, good sir. Are you you the people doing the investigation?
Hey, I am the one doing the investigation.
How's it going? How are your leads? We've only just started today.
It is going fine, although everything seems to lead to a dead end. I do not know why people are being taken, but
What have you found at the previous houses when it happened, sir?
well, the only one that seems to be of any relative use. 2 seconds. The only one that seems to be of any relative use is Frotmund. That house still has some clues.
Yeah, we went and had a little look. Very violent scenes.
Yes.
Looks like animal tracks inside.
From what I can see, it looks like wolf fur, presumably from a cloak. The gouges in the floor could be caused by boots, crampons, if somebody is trying to climb, or traversing over
Trying to
ice
make it look like
by
a
the
wolf,
water.
but they actually looked like paw marks. Have you ever had any animal attacks inside the gates, inside the city?
No, the only animals that reside inside the city are chickens, a few pigs and goats, but certainly nothing that would beat a woman in her sleep and then steal her child.
Yeah, she said it was yellow eyes.
You have to understand that it's hard enough for humans to get into the city through the hordes of undead in the lower city, let alone wild animals.
Clarification, DM. So, this guy is trying to say that it's not an animal, that somebody may have made those marks?
He thinks that it's not an animal, yeah.
Okay. Kane will look over to him and go, other than simply saying that it's going to be difficult for an animal to get in through the outer lower gates, what other proof do you have that leads you to believe that it was made by someone to look like an animal? That just seems like a giant leap of faith.
I don't think that it was somebody necessarily trying to look like an animal. The markings on the floor are gouges, but it could be caused by other things than claws. I don't know why anybody would want to make it look like an animal, but there are crampons if he was trying to traverse a way over ice. Could be of use and would cause similar mark, depending on the design of the spikes attached, to allow you to walk on different surfaces.
Did you find anything in the other houses then?
No.
Any
The
tracks
other
at all?
houses, it all seems to be rather different. The Ingville child seemingly was either completely unconscious or left willingly. There were even belongings missing, as if he had packed a bag on the way out.
DM, can I insight check this dude this whole time while he's talking? I don't know.
Go ahead and roll me an insight. That's absolutely fine. And the other one, the butcher's child, there were signs of a struggle, but not too much. Parents were blackout, blind drunk at the time that it happened and swear they didn't hear a thing.
I'm guessing that was pre-lockdown curfew.
That was that was the second child to go missing. That's when the lockdown was brought in.
Well, thank you kindly. I can't think of much else. Again, we've already started today and looked at the freshest scene. Do you have any more information about all the guards that went missing?
A skill will probably have more than that. It's hard to track them. They do routes where they patrol. There's no way really of knowing at which point they left, or were taken, or nobody saw anything. They were on their patrols, walking around the city, and then they weren't.
They were patrolling the upper city, not the lower.
The upper city, yes. There's not many people that actually go down into the lower city. We have people at the gates, but same people over the time, and they didn't see them leave.
Thank you very much for your time and information, sir.
If you find anything else, come find me.
I will. Kane, are you ready for a refill before they get last orders in?
Yeah, I'll have one more pint.
And I will order another one for myself as well.
Kane, in terms of your insight, the guy seems a little bit full of himself. So he seems a little bit self-assured for your liking in his conclusions, but he doesn't seem to be trying to mislead you or be deceptive or hold anything back. From best you can tell.
Okay, I just find that, I don't know, that's a lot of details for a lack of evidence, basically.
That seems to be his conclusion, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Kane won't say anything to him. He'll have his pint with Milo. And then once the pint is finished, he'll look to Milo and say, "Should probably head back. It's getting late. I'd rather not."
Yeah,
deal with
we'll
the guards."
just wait for Raz to finish his business with the lady.
Yeah.
Where's Raz gone? Oh, I see. Sorry.
Over here. Yeah, I was gonna go talk to Nazareth.
Okay. No worries.
I would have knocked on the door before just walking in, because that's a bad move.
Okay. She would come and open the door. Rasputin, please come in.
But of course. And walks in after her and closes the door.
Do you care for a drink?
Sure. I wouldn't mind one.
She'll pour you a glass, small glass, very elegantly carved, pure alcohol spirits. Yeah. It is very strong.
I wouldn't expect anything other than that. And I'd imagine I'd take a sip and it's gonna burn a lot. My average constitution is not favorable for that.
She sips it. So, what is it that I can do for you?
First, you told me to tell you where we're staying. Well, we're staying with Brahm for the time being.
Very good.
And we're still investigating. We've found some clues, I think, but we're gonna look some over tonight and figure things out, and then continue on it tomorrow.
Very good. Well, it sounds promising. Is there anything else I can do for you, or are you just coming in here to give me an update?
Just the update like you had requested.
Very good. No, I approve. Well, it sounds promising enough. Very good. Maybe you will be of use after all.
Glad to hear that.
How is the rest of your party holding up? Are they enjoying being here?
Seems so. Everyone seems to be having generally a good time from what I can tell.
2 seconds, I'm just pulling something up.
Uh-oh.
We're level 4, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Why does it say 5 on my sheet?
Don't know.
It said 4 minutes ago.
Surprise.
Leveled yourself up.
I added
Monster.
2 spells, but nothing else.
You added 2 spells.
Yeah, I forgot to add the 3D spells. Scorching Ray and Burning Hands. That's all I did. That woke me up for some reason. I don't know why. Same HP though.
I have to admit that I find your work is a little better than the investigator that we currently have. I have nothing against the man. He is useful, but not particularly thorough. Irritates me somewhat. I do not like sloppy work inside my city.
I imagine not.
How long do you actually plan on being here? Will you leave once you find the wizard?
Perhaps.
I want you to understand that I don't really give a shit about this debt. I am, of course, obliged, as a bear, to collect it from you. But I am happy to write a good chunk of it off, if not all of it, if you do a good enough job.
I would like to insight check that, because that, as much as I want to believe it, like, Raz isn't dumb. And he
Go ahead,
knows
roll me an
when
insight.
something's too good to be true.
You have a feeling this is more of a motivational tactic than...
Yeah, okay. Then, deception, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems you're sure she would write off some of the debt, but you also think she does care about that sort of
Yeah.
debt. Yeah.
She's more focused on having Zarvon be as best as it can, and kind of everything else is tertiary to that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't want to mention this in front of a skill or the bloody wizard from the arcane court. But if your friend is genuinely interested in fighting, tell them to go down to the docks.
I think I shall. So that he does not bash in my skull instead.
Just don't tell them that I sent you. They like to think that I don't know about it,
Of course not.
and I'm fine with them thinking they've got one over on me this time.
Of course.
You may leave now. Take the drink with you if you wish. That's absolutely fine.
He does. He takes a drink with him, gives a nice bow, and walks out the door, closing it after he leaves.
Just as you're reaching the door, she goes, I do appreciate the update. It is good to find people that actually do the job properly.
He just gives a smile and walks off. I intend for the best.
As you close the door, you see there is a couple of people playing music just outside. A little group of musicians here. You start making your way back across to the bar. You see one or two people are starting to filter out, making their way back home before the curfew kicks in, before the sun goes down. And that is where we will leave the session for today.
Ooh. Yeah, I would have just the last thing that I would have said as I walked up, leaning into Kane, might have something that you'll like, but we'll see.
Nice. Try and redeem
It was a good
yourself.
session.
Good. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of investigation and stuff as opposed to like any combat.
No, it was actually really good. I was surprised by. First off, I was surprised I was even able to contribute to the investigation as the barbarian. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Good. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm hoping it's not too much information as well. I get there's a lot of sort of strands at the moment that may not feel like they're going anywhere, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to gauge how it comes across to you guys, you know.
Yeah, I mean, my notes for this session is a lot longer, but it's because like there's a good amount of details and stuff that I don't want to forget. So I'm gonna actually update that now.
So we've got 2 riddles.
Yeah, I wrote both of them down from what I remember. With the one answer that we have so far.
Which is time.
Yeah, or what we think is the answer. The first one
is truth
was
or secrets, but I think it's truth. Truth.
maybe. So that one was the men want me in public but fear me in private.
Yeah. Grim, if you check your character sheet, you will see the addition there too.
Guys, it was a blast.
Oh
Sorry.
shit! Okay, cool. Yeah, and why am I level 5? Could you figure that out?
I have no
don't
idea.
know why
That wasn't me. Sorry, Pablo. What were you saying?
No, it was a blast. Thank you for letting me play. I got a dip though. I got some IRL stuff to do, but thank you for running this tie.
No worries, my dude. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
See you, man.
You. I can listen in, but I won't be able to talk for the next few minutes. So I just wanted to voice my opinions here. Yeah. So thank you.
No worries, thank you, dude. Oh.
No, good session. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. I hope you enjoyed it. I was yeah, I promise you it's going somewhere. That's all I'll say.
The highlight of the session for me was when Kane just started kicking in the door and everyone was like,
I enjoyed it. I found myself like just laughing and giggling a lot at the role playing stuff, which I enjoyed.
That would have been even creepier if it was just me that got in there and there was this sky in stone. I would just been like, right, I'm out. I'm just leaving.
Fuck this shit.
Oh, that's an interesting thing to see right there, and then you just promptly leave. It's
yeah,
like,
I'll just be like, no,
What's
nothing
happened?
in there. Nothing we need to see, Raz. It's just closed up. Nothing in there at all. No.
Hello, why do you have a torch in your hand? Listen, some things are just better left unknown.
Yeah. And then I just slowly set fire to the house. It's fine. But no, yeah.
Listen, just making an audible real quick.
yeah,
find a little image of something that is sort of similar. Sorry, yeah. What were you saying, Fan?
but no, I thought it was really good.
No, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I like running the investigation type stuff, but yeah.
I genuinely thought the investigation aspect of it was really good. Because I've never actually done like investigation stuff. To me, I feel like it's going somewhere because we have information, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the way things were revealed, the flow of it was good, And another thing too, I feel like you're doing the setting justice. It does feel kind of like low, grimdark fantasy.
Good. Yeah.
So.
No, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure. It's like a fine line, and including some of the other like languages and stuff. I was like, I don't know if this feels maybe like too much, but obviously trying to make them a little bit more rarefied.
The languages made sense as well. It didn't seem too out there. It wasn't like deep speech or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the next riddle.
Yeah.
I do have some theories though about what that stone is and what might be going on.
I'm down to hear any theories. I like this ideas.
I think that whatever that mage is working on, he's trying to weaponize something, and I think it might have to do with weaponizing the orcs. To what end, I don't know, but I think somebody's trying to weaponize something, and the orcs.
Yeah. No, I agree with that a lot.
I've got a theory about the sisters.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
that
your
they're
theory on
hags.
that?
Yep, I think they're hags.
Yeah.
I think they're crazy hags.
I don't know. I mean, we'll find out probably at a time that's not opportune for us. The orb that.
Now, Call, you were interested in the Strahd must die one shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just in another Strahd game earlier today, and my character died. Yeah. on the front doors of the death house. Yeah.
Well, that'll do it.
Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you tune in again next week. We had a really awesome Iskloft game yesterday as well, so there'll be another one hosted on this channel, but on Grit and Glory Twitch channel. So there'll be another one 2 weeks yesterday. That is correct, yeah? We are definitely on with that?
It'll be 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah. Cool. And this game will be on same time Sunday next week, so tune in then. But thank you for watching, everyone, and I'm going to end the stream now. But if you've got any questions, hit me up, and this will be on YouTube in a day or two. So yeah, we'll go and have a watch. Cheers, guys.
Hopefully we don't get flagged again.
It's still up. It's just flagged as like
I know.
content.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Cool. Catch you
now
later.
that we're not streaming.